10 hours of that.
And we're transitioning. And we're live!
Are we?
Are we live?
Are we live?
We always
are
live.
Why are we not live?
There's a slash across my face, and this is weird.
That's because that is part of the frame that's underneath everything that's there all the time.
Okay, I'm gonna play it up like a Witcher scar. Let's go.
You're gonna get so tired of leaning that way. Anyway.
I got this. No, wrong way. Ah, God.
Anyway,
You know, I thought it was something on the TV.
No, it's too far. Ah.
So, we do got audio coming through, so that's good. Anyway, thank you all everybody for tuning in. We are Team Bonus Action. I am Hewitt/Miro. I'll be the storyteller for this because Zeta is currently in Mississippi at a birthday party and needed a break. So we're doing this just to fill the slot. So I am running a game of lasers and feelings.
Oh, yeah.
So, without any further ado, I will let the players introduce themselves, and then we're going to build characters, because that's how this game starts. And I'm going to eat a brownie.
I'm Neysa does cosplay. You don't need a pencil. Pencils are for cowards.
Okay. Well,
I am a Ninjaspence 21, otherwise known as Spence. Pleased to meet y'all.
and I'm just Basch.
I'm
Only
freaking out
Basch.
the camera by intensely eating and staring at it like it's a film.
You know there are people that are into that.
Yeah.
That's how the mukbang channels got big. It's like, I just like watching people eat. Ungodly amounts of food for no reason.
It works the smaller you are if you eat the larger amount of food. Like if you see me eat a bunch of food, nobody's surprised. They're like, I get it. This tracks. Like the lady that's like not even 5 foot tall that shows up with like a whole table full of food and then eats it, and I'm like, that's witchcraft. That's
And yet, for some reason, it's always tiny people that win the world's biggest eater or whatever those competitions are. With like 700 hot dogs or some nonsense.
It's because their metabolisms are hyperactive.
Yeah, but over the course of a single hour?
They're gonna end up vomiting up a solid chunk of that later when nobody's looking.
It's true. You only have to hold it for like an hour after.
There's a joke there, I'm not gonna make it.
Hey, stop making fun of Mr. Joseph Chestnut over there, sir.
That's not the joke I was gonna make.
Just because he knows how to handle a wiener and can handle a wiener as well on any point. You don't need to be making fun of him.
You've gone the complete different direction. We're gonna leave it at that.
Are
we're
we
just
gonna
gonna leave it
laser some
alone.
feelings or
Yeah.
Yes, we
I
are.
choose lasers.
So,
what? Feelings. I choose you.
I got a
So-
3. What does that give me?
Chaos.
death. Instantly death. just gone. No more.
Good. I cast Fireball.
On yourself, you're dead. Now you're just roasting, slow cooking. Anyway,
Marshmallows.
you are the crew of the interstellar scout ship, Raptor.
Yes.
Your mission is to explore uncharted regions of space, deal with aliens both friendly and deadly, and defend the consortium worlds against the space dangers.
Alright.
Captain Darcy has been overcome by a strange physical entity known as something else.
Physical or psychic? It's a psychic.
I'm gonna say it's physical.
This is psychic.
Yeah, I know, I can change words. I just didn't want to say he done got the mud butt.
Oh no.
He's got the tummy troubles. Now,
I
leaving
knew
you to
that
fend for
eggplant
yourselves while
shot
he
was bad.
recovers in a medical pod. So,
Dun, dun, dun.
let us get characters and then I'll start the music back up in just a second.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright, gonna
We
go.
just get to
Neysa.
pick, right? We
You
just
get to pick. You get to pick.
Alright. I'm going alien.
Okay, you're going alien. Spencer.
I am going alien.
Alien.
We're all aliens. Let's go. No, you
Don't
want to be the
pigeonhole me like that.
human?
I wanted to be a hot shot.
Okay, be the hot
Hot
shot.
shot then.
Okay.
I shoot lasers and ask questions never.
Okay, Poe Darren. Alright, now, pick a job.
A job. IR explorer with a side of envoy.
You get to pick one.
Explorer.
Okay, alien explorer.
Alright, then I want to be the alien, I guess then that the, doctor. I will be the doctor.
Alien doctor. And you?
I'll be the soldier.
Alright.
Because I can't be the doctor, and I can't go, damn it, Jim, I'm not a doctor. Oh, wait.
Now you can.
Well, we already have a doctor. Nobody needs 2 doctors. Well, some people do need 2 doctors, but that's just...
That's called second opinion.
We don't give those here.
On the Raptor.
Alright, now, real quick, everybody take a second, create a name for your alien explorer, alien doctor, and hot shot
Soldier.
soldier.
Okay.
I am gonna need a pen. Do you have
Name
one nearby?
generator.
If you look behind you, there's a globe
Yeah,
stabbed with a
can-
bunch of pins.
Can you
Ah.
snag me one too? Because I came unprepared.
Can do.
That's why I love this game. I don't have to be.
Okay.
I did not know what we were
How long
doing.
is your name?
That's the best way to run this game.
Are we gonna be the same type
Okay,
of
I
alien?
need
Or are we
to
gonna be
know.
different alien?
I am going
Are
with
you an
Space
alien?
Tiefling.
Are y'all
I'm going with Space
are you
Tiefling.
just aliens that have two heads and you have one body?
No, I am going Space Tiefling.
I think I will go for. I don't know. Move on. Find
Alright,
somebody
then
else.
my name is her name will be her name will be Alim Doku, aka Dr. Lim. Lim.
Okay, Dr. Alim Doku.
Yep, Alim Doku or Dr. Lim for short.
All right, hot shot.
Percival, Percy, danger. Yeah, I'm
Hold on,
playing
hold on,
this
hold
up.
on. No, hold on. You got to come up with a last name.
Yeah, danger.
No, because danger is your middle name. Clip that.
Oh god. Up.
Right there.
Here.
Clip that.
Hey, look, dude, I deal with that every time we play, so be ready for people to say clip that and you got to spin and do it real
Oh my
quick.
god.
I already have a last name.
What is it?
Field. Oh yeah.
See, danger, field.
Field.
Okay,
You say the whole name fast. Percival, Percy, Dangerfield.
so you gotta go. I'm just out here trying to shoot some aliens. No respect. Is that what you're gonna do?
No.
Okay.
I'm just out here trying to survive, get ahead, and have a drink.
Okay. Back to our explorer.
You know what? I'll just go.
Why do I taste tequila?
It wasn't until I joined until my planet joined the consortium that we realized my name is a plural for some individuals in the consortium. My name is y'all.
Y'all.
One moment.
No.
Y'all.
Y'all.
What you doing?
I ran out of
I'm
imagination.
down for this.
I am playing
Look,
the Space Tiefling race from freaking Star Wars. Forget
you're a
their name.
Talik.
A Talik. Yeah.
Yeah, they are just space tieflings.
I don't know what I look like. I don't know. I think
You're a corporeal body of gas that's been poured into a suit that's full of glitter and just. Like, you have two googly eyes
what
floating
color
in
would
your
that
misty
be?
form, so some people have something to look at. Because
Let's
like,
go
I see
with-
with
So
all
I'm-
parts.
so. I'm Invisible Man from Hellboy.
Let's go with
Sort
navy
of.
blue.
I could go with this.
Let's go with navy blue. What else? What else do I want her to be?
If this means I'm going to be speaking
For
I'm
so
good with it.
Maybe do it a little louder so it gets picked up by the
okay.
bars.
Yeah, I know it's not gonna work.
because if that I was totally going to go soldier, then y'all would hear my northern Swede what-in voice. Wait, that's not it. That's not it. It has to go a little bit.
Try again.
It has to be more so like.
Look,
Like-
I'm just over here telling you that, as far as I'm concerned, every sci-fi movie is wrong that has humans exploring the depths of space. We know who's getting out there first. The people who don't like being on Earth. So that means you're going to get out there. So you best get off my asteroid.
That's my asteroid right there. You better get off
I've
this.
been out,
Wait a minute.
I've been out here.
I figured it out. When we found out that y'all was a specific terminology for certain elements of the consortium, I adopted a Southern Belle accent for my suit.
Works for me. No, it's the first time we did this, they dealt with space Texas.
Oh god.
And I'm going to go ahead and let you know, as far as I'm concerned, the second we start colonizing in outer space, you're going to have the weirdest mixes. Is going to be those folks that are like, I'm ready to just be off this planet, go to a place where the government got no say over me. And then you're going to have the people that are like actually making sure the moisture farmers and the re-terraforming technology work. And so then eventually you're just going to have this really super smart dude that sounds like this the entire time, going off about neutrons.
It's beautiful, and I love it.
It's called Huntsville, Alabama, by the way. That's a weird mix.
Yeah.
Kyle's pooping.
It's all the way over there. Alright then, so... Oh yeah, so that the warrior princess voice, that I got it from the book, but I keep on losing it each time I try to think about it. It's just like, oh, do you want to play Castlevania? No, that's not it. I lost
Try
it.
again.
I keep losing
Are
it.
you going for like North Brit or Scott?
Look,
Scott.
I completely understand. I've just decided to drop the raspiness to the Irish accent for Phil because I could not do both.
But you have made Phil sound like somebody I got down watching a movie from. Then it's been on, and then it was on my mind all night. Like, he sounds very familiar.
Boondock. Saints. Hey, since you're up.
Yeah.
Barkeep, we need some beverage up
Hey,
here.
I don't have to be the barmaid tonight, so
You do
summary
not.
for the riveting. Stream right now.
We are insane, but this is okay.
This is okay, but yeah, then I'm still stuck on Zonya's voice because it seems like it's going like a little bit like I don't want it to go up into my female guard voice, but it's also like it's just a weird. I still haven't nailed it yet for her.
I feel like that kind of plays into her amnesia, though. She don't remember how she talk.
Well, this is the thing is, I can remember if I need to do, what's his name? Kegmoth from Topher's not stream the game. All I have to do is this. Because if I originally was going to try to do French, but when I try to do French, it always just falls into Eastern European anyway.
That happens a lot.
And my voice just lends itself to being da.
I always try for,
By the way,
like, Cajun.
good luck, Ukraine.
Good.
Very, very, very true. I always try for Cajun, but
Oh shit, that's a really hard one to try to get down right there.
but
And
it
that's the
always
reason why.
ends up going coastal.
But here's the problem. I can do this, and a lot of people are like, ooh, that Cajun. And all of a sudden, Knox like, Hewitt, boy, hey, boy,
Hey, boss.
stop. And I'm like, okay,
But
I'm done.
my Jolan voice goes super deep and just like this,
I
but
kinda love it.
that I cannot really do a really deep voice. But if I decide to go a lot higher and stuff, I go into my fast food voice, where somebody be like, "Yes, ma'am, that'll be 1547, ma'am."
Well, let's see. What is there? Benedict is just absolutely fun to do.
So
All
fun.
right, then now we
Anyway, we're back.
Sorry.
Back. We
So
are
we
we
back.
had to
beverages?
vamp.
He went to the pod for a minute.
Yeah.
Had to molt and disperse.
You usually just hook stuff up and it sucks it out into space. Some of it, the other stuff gets recycled. Space fact.
Space fact. That's they drink their recycled urine.
Yes. So we got y'all.
Yes.
Dr. Lim.
Dr. Lem and Percy Dangerfield.
L-I-M-B.
No B.
Field.
It's just
No, you're getting the limb.
Okay.
Now.
So if I call you Dr. Arm or Dr. Leg,
They call me Dr.
Don't miss appended Dr. Lim.
Right.
or are you the Zoidberg? Or just like, you're looking at a guy and you're like, of course you're a girl.
Space tiefling.
No, Space Tiefling. We just at
think you
a
missed the
we
joke, but
just
okay.
at a. I haven't seen it so much of Futurama. It's just like, oh,
You're the one who's not controlling the table right now.
Oh no, I'm letting them do this. I'm just seeing Dr. Worm over here. I'm enjoying myself.
but it's just
So they like
basically
the
that
giant
she is
song.
going to be like a valley girl. Oh God.
Oh, are we
totally now.
going to have so
Like,
much fun?
do you have a
Dominic?
totally hole in you?
Yes, of course.
So you find yourself on the Raptor. The captain came down with an odd physical abnormality.
Isn't there
that
something
you,
else
Doctor,
we needed to do?
We need
You,
to create
Doctor,
the ship.
wait, I have not gotten there yet.
Okay.
Oh.
But the captain is in a med pod. You have not been able to ascertain what the actual physical element that has left your captain, or Captain Darcy, in such a weakened state. It could have been that egg sandwich from the gas station he ate. It could have been all those wild nights in Space Tijuana. You're not sure which. But you
God.
have been left in charge of the Raptor. Now, I know what the rules say. Each of you is going to get to pick one thing about the Raptor. So describe your ship to me, the Raptor. So, what are you picking?
Cloaking devices.
Cloaking device. Okay.
Okay. I am going to do superior sensors.
All right. What you picking?
But we fast. We all engine since there's no guns option. I can't just turn the space.
It's
armed,
fighter
but you picked
craft.
fast.
Oh, there is no alarm?
Yes, it's well
You picked fast though.
You know what? Our craft is just a big gun.
You already picked fast. We're going.
Okay, we're fast
A
then.
fast cloaking device.
Gotta go fast.
Percy,
So
dear,
you
we
are-
don't have enough for the loan yet for the guns.
Now, however,
We can just start
you
taking
must pick 2 flaws. I'll let you speak amongst yourselves since I gave you an extra benefit. I'm going to give you an extra flaw.
what do y'all want to go with? I mean, that.
I think only the one medical pod always sounds fun. There was only
Yeah.
one bed.
Yeah, one medical pod.
I mean, but that the captain is already in it, you know?
That's the
so,
problem.
I want to blame all of this on the captain.
Okay.
Reputation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The one good thing, he pulls my butt out of the fire.
I mean, that goodness.
And so here I am, paying off that debt.
I mean, that the captain did basically hire me on after the fact then that, you know, that I was up in that space Alaska, which it was cold.
Space
Deadliest
Alaska.
catch. Space
Is that
Crab.
next to Space Australia with those red dudes who go, alright, here, Doku.
Don't die.
I think I got him.
Got him.
Okay.
Are we decided then?
Let's go with Grim. Let's just go with that Grim reputation.
And the one medical pod.
So don't none of y'all get sick.
I'm not
Okay, so
Don't eat the egg sandwich.
I'm a pile of
Since-
mist. I do not eat.
now that you have described the ship or given me some aspects, I will describe your ship, the Raptor. She is a sleek, quick-moving scouting vessel, not meant to engage in combat. However, she has had the reputation of multiple battles that she has outmaneuvered and caused people to be hit by their own photon torpedoes, and something that's only a little bit bigger than a womp rat.
Okay.
So,
So we're almost slightly.
Captain Darcy's reputation as well has got him also listed as the Reaper. That he brings death behind him and then drops it back off at your doorstep like a bad Amazon package.
Oh.
But right now, he's been laid low by your. It could be any number of things. It could just be hard living, honestly. He is not. You told him to stop smoking and drinking and gallivanting and eating nothing but red meat on top of red meat on top of Twizzlers.
I don't know. With the stop at Space Tijuana, I imagine he might have partaken a bit of the wrong delicacies.
I mean, that, you know, that space turducken, that you just don't trust it.
He's just sitting there eating a sandwich that's nothing but 3 slices of ham, a whole rib, and the bread's made out of woven Twizzlers.
You saw what happened to the guy when we went to that last restaurant. He got the house soup, and then next thing you know, the alien's bursting out of his chest. Come on.
Check, please. So,
We
But
warned him.
you've been going through space. You need to make it to Bucephalus Station, one of the last stations to the far south. To the far south of the consortium.
I'm sorry, did you say Bucephalus?
Bucephalus.
Bucephalus. Oh no.
Yes, Bucephalus.
Oh no.
Bucephalus Station just also howdy. But it's one of the last stations at the edge of the consortium territory. If you go any further than that, you're in Space, Texas. It's just wild frontier out there.
Here there be dragons.
You don't know. But you now
As long
find
as there's not
yourself-
space rangers on their space horses and, you know, being so struck up for water to drink rainwater out of a horse track or something.
Outside, you just see the cowboys of Mesa and the Silverhawks going by.
He's wearing a spacesuit and he's somehow got, like, the
Cowboy hat is
American and cowboy hat built in. It never blows off because
So,
how you know it's a real
What
ranger.
I'm hearing is ghost riders in the sky.
Yeah, that's not actually outside. So, you know you need to make it to Bucephalus Station because you have a delivery to make. The captain didn't tell you what it is. It's in his quarters, locked. So, what are you doing?
So first
Are
off,
we on autopilot?
captain's down. I'm just gonna say what I'm
Yes.
thinking. It's a bomb. I have been on enough of these rodeos. It's a bomb.
I don't think that, Captain.
Everybody,
Don't.
audio levels down just a little bit because we're starting to spike out in red.
Okay.
Sorry.
So, I
Fill it
don't
in.
know what that Mr. Darcy thought he had going on, but that this package is up in his quarters.
I have a question. Are we the only 3 other individuals on
Yes,
the
you're
ship?
the only 3 individuals on the ship.
Ooh.
Who's
Are we on
driving this thing?
autopilot?
It is currently on cruise control, but you know that there's an issue with that. The AI for your ship, Tom, can be a little erratic sometimes.
I'd like to check in with Tom.
Now, real quick, this is where we do our next thing. I need you all to pick a number between 2 and 5.
4. It's a nice round number.
Okay, then write it down. Write it down. Okay, so you went with 4.
Oh no.
I'm gonna do 3.
Okay.
I went with 4 as well.
Okay, so here's the deal. You must roll higher than that number if you want to roll lasers, which is your technical knowledge, science, cold rationality, calm, and precise actions.
Isn't it the other
Wait,
way around?
Hold on, hold
I thought
on.
it was the
Roll
other way
High
around.
number. Okay. Nope, I'm looking for
Under-
one thing.
under
You
for
roll under for
lasers.
lasers, you gotta roll over for feelings.
Okay.
I'd like to check in with Tom.
Okay.
I would assume that's somewhere in between lasers and feelings, though.
Well, it depends on what you want to do. What are you trying to do? Are you just trying to read the sensors, check in that the system is actually running, or
I want to make sure we on autopilot.
all right, roll me some lasers?
I don't have navigational. So how do we know if we're prepared or expert?
Okay, 0. If none of your dice succeed. Okay, hold on. Let me double check this.
Okay, in the rolling the dice, in the first blurb there, it says you roll a d6
Right.
if you're prepared or if you're an expert. How do we determine that?
Part of that's role play, but I'm going to say that what is your role? You're the explorer.
Yes.
I would say you're probably not an expert. I don't really know if you'd be prepared just going up to the you're like.
Well, that's
drop
the thing
me.
is we didn't define character goals either.
Oh, well, what's your goal?
Meet new aliens
Okay, what's your goal?
or new forms
My
of
goal
life.
is
Where do you see goals?
my goal is basically
Down there above, create the ship.
prove yourself.
Prove yourself.
I would like to meet all new life.
I'm just gonna
forms.
keep being awesome.
I knew that was coming. It's literally the only thing Percy Dangerfield wants in life.
Right.
Okay, so you're mostly the one that gets dropped down, goes on the planet, does talk to new people, does the exploring. The computer stuff, not your strong suit.
So we don't have any navigator on this ship, do we?
No.
Darcy's got to be the nav then, and he's down for the. Damn, we are screwed.
Yeah, it
starts
would
off
just
great.
it would just
I would can Tom talk to us?
Yeah.
I would just like to chat with Tom for a minute then.
All right.
Hey Tom,
Yeah. What's up? Hi.
are we still on track for Bucephalus?
Yeah. Well, totally fine. Totally fine. Going fine.
You sound nervous, Tom. He's can't. Okay. Do I believe him?
Roll feelings.
So I gotta
I'm gonna
roll
swap voices.
You got to roll above a 4.
above my number, and
Right.
and so do I then have prepared on that, or how do we determine this? I don't know.
I don't think you're prepared to deal with what sounds like a drug-addled computer.
All right. I can't see. That is a 4.
So you get
Laser feelings.
You get a special insight into what's going on. Ask the GM a question; they'll answer you honestly.
What are they really feeling? Is Tom actually doing okay?
Tom is probably not okay.
Damn it.
Tom usually is a fast talker because at some point somebody messed up the voice box.
Percy.
So it goes like if you're used to the faster pace, but the sniffing. But you remember he was.
He's got a computer virus, guys.
Y'all had to dock in a couple different places.
The
to
egg
stay
sandwich
Tijuana.
too.
So there's a chance he might have gotten an infection from one of the docking facilities.
He spent too much time with another ship in port.
Yeah, it was the AI on that ship. It was called the USS Holmes. Its operating system was the Katie.
Oh no, Tom Bombadil, no, not like this.
Oh my god.
No,
I told you she was bad news.
Tom Bombadil's wife is a treasure, and you apologize right now to the ghost of Raoul Tolkien.
It wasn't his wife.
I think he was going for
What happens in
Tom
space?
Cruise.
I know, but he said Bombadil.
He did say
So-
Bombadil.
What happens in space Tijuana stays in space Tijuana.
Yeah.
So
We're all over the place, guys.
That's why the
Yeah.
captain's in the pod and the AI is freaking out.
So Tom's acting a little bit erratic because you did change port, so there's a chance that there was an infection that occurred.
Percy, would it be possible for you to do some maintenance on Tom? I think he needs a bit of a diagnostical.
I got you. As I just out of one of my mini holsters, I just whip out like a screwdriver, spin it around real quick. Ha!
Roll lasers to see if you can fix the computer.
Oh god.
Do I just 1d6?
Yeah, I don't think you're a soldier. You're used to like fighting stuff. I don't think you're used to fixing the navigational computer of your
Oh my
ship.
God. We're all going to
I
die.
gotta roll. Just to make sure, I gotta roll under a 4.
Yes,
I got a 3.
a 3. You don't fail. You're able to pop the panel off, and then you're looking at this mess of tubes and wires, and like there's a glowing thing every so often that goes.
It's just like the internet.
And you have a screwdriver, and that's what's in there, and you start rooting around, and you see the AI face of Tom on the screen. All of a sudden, go.
Do I know what that even means?
No.
Wait, how do I see? I'm a
There's-
cloud of mist in a suit. How do I see?
The googly eyes that were attached to your helmet so that everyone knew what to stare at.
But how do I?
I don't know. How do
I don't know.
you see?
How do
You
you?
tell
Hang
us.
on, there needs to be some world building here. Hang on a
Okay,
minute.
while you're figuring out and while you're screw driving the computer, what's the doctor doing?
She is basically just checking out just at the vitals and just like Dr. Percy's vitals. Let's see here. Then
Darcy.
Darcy. Yeah. Then that there was a misspelling from stupid intern 47 that they just need to be stabbed up in their nutsack later.
We have
Percy
interns?
to do that. I'm sorry about that.
Wait, we have interns?
Yes, that we do have
When did
interns.
that happen?
Well, no, we were the only 3 on the ship besides Captain Darcy.
That you know that one that wanted to go just to be an explorer with you.
Did we leave somebody at Tijuana?
I hope
I
so.
Yeah.
think that's so.
There's actually like the whole rest of the crew is just standing on the dock. The hell?
I can see it now. Captain Darcy's just running onto the ship, holding his pants up, going, "We're going, we're going, we're going!"
But it just says that that
You
his
were on screen
vitals.
when you did that. That was
That his vitals are. It seems like that he had got the runs, but yet then that they put him into a comatose state. What's that beeping for?
You notice it on the monitor next to the pod bay. There's a little flashing light.
Oh, what's this flashing light?
It says going into cardiac arrest.
Oh, I am about to try to stabilize him.
Okay, roll.
That's gotta be laser.
This is some lasers.
All right.
You are a doctor, so I would say you are prepared.
Okay. I got a 3 and a 2. Wait, yeah, I got a 2 and a 3.
Okay, so you get laser feelings.
Yeah, so
Damn.
what will I know exactly to basically get him to be stabilized?
Okay, so you're able to start applying you hit the buttons, and the medical injection hits him in the arm.
Yeah.
But you're realizing part of the reason he's going into cardiac arrest is because he is extremely constipated and is causing him to go into cardiac arrest.
Good lord.
Oh my god, that Captain,
up to his
that he is just extremely constipated. We just need to just basically, then that she just gets some kind of catheter, space catheter, and just.
Roll.
Space suppositories, let's go!
We're We're gonna give him a
Okay, I got a 1, luckily.
Okay, so that's a 1.
Yeah.
You do it with feeling.
That's a success. What was your other one?
My other one was a 5.
Okay, so you get 1 success. You barely manage it, but there's a complication. You start stabilizing, and you put it into the machinery. It goes in, and it's grabbed by the arms, and you see it go. And I don't know what other noise it's gonna make. What are you over there?
That.
But the complication is that it does what it's supposed to, but it also causes a seal to be broken in that case, and the fluid within the container is now becoming a dark, discolored, and that it's also a oxygen-rich ooze, which means this is also what the captain is currently breathing.
Percy, I'm gonna need you to kind of fix this.
You
please.
put Jean Valjean on Captain Darcy. Through the sewers.
You're on the computer.
Yeah, we're not even in the same room, huh?
Just like the back of my legs are sticking out. I'm so far into the center.
You're dealing
Messing with wires?
So you're messing with wires.
So I think I figured it out. Have y'all seen Orville? The Orville?
No.
There's an android on there who has basically his fingertips have like cybernetic tendrils, so that he can actually interact with different electronic aspects and stuff. So something like that, but for sensory input information would be how I would see. So I don't think I would be able to see Tom's face so much.
Okay.
Just walk up and start touching people. It's like, oh yeah,
With
I like your
permission.
face.
With permission.
Just walk up. I'd like to see you.
I would say that
Wait,
you
what?
could probably, as a gaseous creature, probably have some other form of limited sight-based thing. Like you can see electronic signals, maybe. So, like to get a full picture, touching it, yes. But like you'd have like a hazy view of maybe everything around you for a couple feet. I'm thinking about how we don't make this super difficult for you later.
Right.
So.
I like making it difficult.
So you watch. As
wires. I don't know what that is.
Now waist deep in there, and you hear
hello,
doctor,
Tom.
Hello. You hear the doctor yelling for somebody.
Somebody help! That like Captain Darcy may be drowning up in his own.
I'm going to med bay.
So you're running there. So roll me another lasers to see what you're doing, trying to work in here. It's
laser's eye. That's a 1.
Nice.
That is a 1, and you got to roll below for lasers, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you get 1 success.
Yeah.
You do it, but then you feel as your knees slide past, and you are now falling into the control. It's like there's this whole cavity behind the control panel, and you're now hanging by the wires and everything.
I like to imagine like our ship
You also drop your flashlight, and you watch it fall and hit the front panels of your ship that's slightly curved, and you just watch as it rolls down further until it hits like a piece of metal. Like you could probably still reach it, and you could definitely turn around and get out, but getting out's going to be difficult because you are now literally hanging on the wires, and you just hear Tom, "Hey, buddy, little uncomfortable with you in there. It's a little bit, and as you move your elbow, little bit of a pinch where you're at."
Oh, hey, Tom. Yeah, I know. You just had a little thing on you. I was trying to get it off. You know, bros got to look out for each other. I like to imagine our ship was very cheaply built, so there's like a whole lot of wasted space, needlessly.
Yeah, you could probably, like, all of a sudden you look there and there's just like this weird little alien creature, and just scurries off elsewhere.
Oh God.
That's just.
I feel like we've picked up more than just a few stragglers on our stop to Tijuana. Note to self, we're never going back to Space Tijuana.
Never go back to Space Tijuana.
Wait, but is that where the captain hid the special bourbon?
Oh.
You just look up and there's a box that says Captain Darcy's Special Bourbon. It's got a magnet onto the outer hull. Hey, buddy.
Hey, bud.
Hey, bud.
Go, Achilles.
Run away.
Away.
Yeah, for everybody that noticed, my child's giant teddy bear is now living in this room instead of our living room, so we have access to the couch.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hold on.
we blinked.
Check where are we at on the
Good.
box over
We're
there?
good.
It's
It's
green.
green.
It's green.
Okay.
Um,
Well, moving back to the med bay, now that you found the special bourbon that was hidden inside the computer with a magnet, which might also explain some issues.
yeah.
Oh, just a good thing that y'all can.
You said there was an emergency.
Yes, and that you can just like look at the captain and that. I guess that the
water-
fluids are.
The fluid like had the blue that we're all currently experiencing like around it. Like let's go with the like over the top sci-fi movie
Yeah.
LED lit goo
Yeah.
tube,
Yeah.
and now about halfway up is starting to get kind of brown.
We need to try to filter out this yucky bacterial water because we don't want the captain to die.
Well, you're more familiar.
Effluvia warning. Effluvia warning.
You're more
Effluvia, warning.
familiar with the system,
Well,
so
then
maybe
that-
I'll just be an extra set of hands to
All right,
help.
then that we would. Okay, then that I would basically like to try to like mess with the systems to try to like flush all of
Roll
that
me
out.
some
And
lasers
I'm
here.
helping
All
so
right, then.
with extra fingertips wherever they need to go.
So you both need to roll me lasers because this is not an advantage granting system.
Okay.
No, you're still a doctor, so I'm going to give you that you're prepared.
Okay. Oh no! Oh no! That's 2 failures.
I have a success.
Okay, so you managed to hand the doctor the right things when she yells for them.
All right.
The problem is the doctor does not use them in the correct manner. So as you are like, hand me the syringe or hand me this, like, or hit this button, you watch as you hit it, and instead of filtration, you just watch all the fluid start to drain out, and it just,
We gotta stop that immediately.
and you just watch as the captain's head.
Well, we turned it into a toilet. We flushed it. That means it's good, right?
No.
I don't know how you corporeal beings
No,
work.
it doesn't. Then that going to try to use the backup reserve to try to get that flushing. You know, try to get
Okay,
the water.
roll me again.
I would
Roll me
still
laser.
like to be. I would still like to be assisting, however I can.
Okay. So
Damn it.
I had got a 1 and a 4.
So you got 1 success and 1 failure, and you got. Yeah, so between the two of you, you start to do the right thing, but you said hit that, but you don't say what that is. And y'all, as you do it, the rest of the liquid is pulled from the chamber. Brand new liquid is introduced, and then immediately drained out of the chamber. And you're watching as the captain starts to slowly come to with a rectal catheter that has not been turned on yet.
Oh,
Oh no.
Oh, we
There's
gotta-
seepage around it is what caused the problem.
oh, no, we need to turn that on.
So the captain's like, and barfs up just, and you're like, you never saw the brown liquid get up there, but a little bit of the
Oh,
brown
man.
jelly.
Oh,
Doesn't
going
matter
to turn that. We are going to turn that
All right,
on.
roll me some lasers.
Again,
Oh,
helping
no.
as best I can.
Okay, good God
That's
Almighty.
success.
Fail.
Oh no!
So as you do, you hit it, but you hit it in the high, and you watch it first as it starts to do what it's supposed to, and then you notice what's going through the tubes is red and
Oh.
chunky, and you watch the gun. And y'all both watch as literally the captain is drained of all life and left as a hollowed husk in the life pod in front of you.
Did his electro signatures just die? Is he dead? Did we kill him?
I believe so.
Spins 2 for 2.
At least that I wasn't distracted by space cams.
That doesn't.
Well,
we
then,
need to find his will and see
Well-
who gets the ship.
well then that you know that there is his gear over there.
There is
So
this,
let's-
so okay, so there's a long central hallway. There's the bridge.
Right.
There's the med bay that's 1 room back. The captain's quarters are directly across the hall. Then there's crew quarters and
Like cargo bay.
cargo, and then pretty much the back part of this is engine and shop.
Yeah.
Well then we need to go in there and let just Percival know that the captain has died.
So y'all enter back into the bridge, and there is no Percival. There's just a panel just yay big enough for someone to wiggle through.
Oh, Percival! Are you alright?
He is currently inside me,
Phrasing!
yelling.
Tom, how are you feeling, dear?
There's a whole man in there. It's weird.
Can't be the first time someone had to build you.
I was not. Hold on, no. I wasn't aware of that.
Tom, that we do need.
I'm just gonna smack the computer panel.
Turn on.
Tom, that we basically need to update that the life form log to only 3. That Captain Darcy has passed away.
Tom, did I hear? Did they just?
Yes,
Are
Percival.
you just like reaching up to get the special?
I'm trying to like wiggle my way out
Every
of the
time he wiggles, monitors start flickering.
Can one of you help me out? I'm not sure I heard you right. I dropped my flashlight and there's some things scurrying.
You look down and your flashlight's gone.
My flashlight's gone. We might see lights in random places.
I would like to de-suit and mist in there because I don't think me and my suit should go in there.
Okay, so you take your suit off.
Well,
actually, you just
pop
flip
the-
open,
yeah,
you flip a
pop the
little
thing.
switch on
Yeah.
the finger.
Yep.
The suit deflates. You go in there. Describe the mist.
Is green. I am an acidic green mist.
Acidic?
Acidic.
Yes.
Acidic.
I'm not. I look acidic. I'm not acidic.
Like small.
Clarification.
Sorry.
I was about to say, this is gonna burn.
Why is the ship dead? We acided the computer with
It feel like fog without being moist.
Is it like the thick kind of fog I feel like I could cut with a butter knife?
No.
Oh. So it's still kind of like dispersion.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Go in there?
Yeah.
Just
It.
just comes in and surrounds you. You've got the bourbon, but you're still kind of like tangled up in.
What can I do to help?
Hello, y'all. Little close. I had no idea you
So,
felt this
I
way.
think
This is
I
not the
love that
place,
Neysa.
but
I do not understand.
don't worry about it. Can you lift things in this form? I kind of need a little hand getting out. I'm a little tangled up in the wires here, if you can't tell. I think I fixed the computer.
Tom,
Yes.
if we unplug something to get him untangled, is that a problem?
It depends.
More than likely, it's going to be a problem.
It really just depends. Remember, like when he touched my voice box? Now I sound like this all the time.
I didn't touch your voice box. That wasn't me.
I mean,
Oh, that was the last crew.
There was another crew. Of course, there was another crew. I don't know why I'm shocked by this.
We went
Are
to
there-
the Vit Horizon.
Tom, important question. Are there bodies still on board hidden in the vents?
Rather
Only
morbid,
the captain would have known.
rather morbid curiosity.
well then, that since that.
I don't sense them there.
I mean, that's
because I can feel things when you walk around. It's like a little tingle on my inside.
I mean, that since that the captain is dead, that could you please unlock his quarters?
The captain's dead?
I feel like I could condense. Like if I could move the suit, I feel like I can condense enough to do small things.
I don't think it's enough to lift a whole
Not to lift
person.
not to lift a person. Not to lift a
Okay,
case
here's
of
the problem.
bourbon,
He
but
is
I
literally
could.
like on a cable hammock.
So
He's like the IT meme of the dude
So
laying on a
is he
cable
is
hammock hanging out the
is he
ceiling.
like underneath it like a car? Or,
Kind of. You could. I mean, he went in through a panel underneath the everything, so you could probably reach in and get him. It's not like if he was able to untangle himself, he could probably stand up on the inner side of the hole and be able to get out. It's just he is tangled in the mess of wires that are the underneath of your computer.
The cable's on the floor.
Because here's the deal:
Percival.
nobody zip tied or heat.
Oh my God.
It is the mess of every cable
It's-
that you
it
exist
is
in
a
one
rat
cubicle
nest.
at your work.
It's a rat nest.
Percival, what is this box?
The one that I'm holding?
Yes.
We'll deal with that in a moment. Let me get out of here.
Well, could we not put the box down and get you out and then return for the box at a later date?
Do you know how magnets work? Do you know how magnets work with computers?
Somewhat.
This box was magnetized and stuck to the hole, and it was causing issues. So we're taking it out.
Could I remove the magnet?
The magnet.
Just take the box. You can probably take the box. There's
The
only a
magnet
pound or
is
two.
on the box. Like it is. Like to remove the magnet, you'd have to like pry it
I would
out.
like to attempt to cloud cradle the box so that
It's less than 5 pounds. You
I will.
can
I will
totally do
get
it.
the box. I have
All right,
the box.
I'm not gonna make you.
I can
You just clap. Okay.
shimmy my way. I'm gonna do a shimmy sham.
God, is this feelings or lasers? Because I
I
don't
would
think this is
say
technical.
feeling,
I'm gonna say neither.
Okay, so it's like
intuition, because that's kind of like intuition.
I would argue laser because I'm used to like
You know what,
as a
I would-
soldier I'm
yeah,
used to.
true.
I will allow lasers on this because
call
All
it
right,
precise
wants he
action.
kind of help to
Yeah.
kind of pull him.
Okay, so you're gonna help pull?
Yeah.
No, you're just gonna make this worse.
No, I had actually got a
Oh,
3.
no, I
I had
rolled
got
6.
I had got a 3.
Okay, so you got a 3. So you're pulling right, but as you do, the complication I get to make is the one that your fellow player caused.
Yeah.
Is you watch as Percy starts trying to reverse crawl backwards as you grab a leg and pull, and as you do, you pull, and he pushes down, thinking this is where my elbow's gonna go, but then you grab, and you just hear a clutch of wires go, and you see Tom. Oh, that's not.
I would like to drop the box and immediately start trying to put wires back where they belong.
So you'd gotten partly out, and you're just dropping the box.
I'm dropping
I am
the
going to
box.
catch
Okay,
the
so-
box. Try to
No,
catch
the box is fine. It's on the
Okay.
floor outside the computer. You start roll me some lasers.
All right, this is not gonna go well, but actually, let me roll the one that was rolling so low earlier. Hey, that's a 3 under my 4.
You get a couple in. You get a couple back in. The
Keep-
computer starts cutting back on, but you're life support failing.
I would like to again plug some more.
Other folks.
going
other
to
folks.
going to hear down there and going to be like, oh, did y'all hit the buttons again? Going to basically try to essentially, hit the button that's basically like that, the backup generator life support.
The all systems redirect.
Yeah,
Okay, roll me some lasers.
I got a 3.
Okay, so you got laser feelings. You do what you want. You can ask me a question.
That would I be able to basically, know if that there was like an easier hatch to open up to just do it easily while standing up instead of being underneath?
Oh yeah, you could access it through a door back in the shop. There's a way to access the underbelly of the ship and get in for repairs and do wiring through a.
Like literally
How many doors does this compartment
the pit under.
No. You're here, and you remove the panel so you can get in
Yes.
here. There is another one that's back in the shop at the tail end that follows the main electrical spine of the ship.
Like the pit.
So
The
that
oil
then that Dr. Lim just goes straight away as loud as she hits the button. Use alien magic to basically almost like astral projector herself up to that area and do whatever.
Well, no, you hit the button that's
Yeah.
a redirect.
Oh, gotcha.
Like, because you hit a fail safe. It's like, life support reestablished for 30 minutes.
All right, and that.
So you're still.
Yeah, I'm getting out. I've done enough.
You're like ankles deep, but there's some wires that are loose. You heard life support's only been rerouted for 30 minutes. And you can see that there's still a couple wires over near your misty friend.
You got this, y'all?
That
Y'all got
there is
this.
Y'all got this?
I'm going to do my best.
that there is a easier way to access it just from around the shop. That there's a door that you can just stand up.
You said you're already gone.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He's just yelling down the way. I'm just like, what?
No.
What is Lim's yelling about? Lim's
Are you
me.
still trying to get out? Or are you trying to fix
Yeah,
those
I'm
last
gonna
couple-
get out.
Are you gonna reach for those?
Y'all's
wires?
got it. I've done enough.
Okay.
I'm getting out of the way.
Okay, roll me some lasers.
There's too
to
many
get out.
hands in the kitchen.
Okay.
That's a 2.
There you go.
You managed to get yourself out.
Ugh.
You're sweaty.
Why is there AC here but no AC there? That's where the AC needs to be. It's just you gotta keep
Okay,
the
y'all.
server
Like the
area
last few
cool.
wires,
I don't. Where's my gun? I need my comfort gun.
What happened? What, you failed? Okay, so as you're going back to the back and you grab the hatch,
Yeah.
and as you are laying there next to the captain's special bourbon, all the lights on the ship go out,
Oh.
and you feel propulsion. Okay, the ship is still moving forward,
Yes.
but propulsion is cut, so,
We're just.
We stop
inertia.
accelerating.
well,
We're
you're no longer accelerating, but it's one of those things. Space doesn't have a lot of resistance, so you're still traveling at the same speed for now. But oxygen production is shut down, life support is shut down, lights are shut down.
To recap, we've killed the captain, nearly killed the AI that runs the ship,
and
our life supports are on the fritz.
Ladies and
Y'all
gentlemen,
good at this. We haven't even gotten to the part of the
I am
game.
going to radio.
I wrote
going to radio
most
like
of a page of notes on
like
it.
like Percival. Y'all,
Comms are. Oh no! Wait, hold on.
No, walkie-talkie.
It's
comms.
like a battery.
Now you do all have a spacesuit. You all have a phaser, and you have your super communicator.
I'm
thing.
out of my suit, so all I've got is whatever misty sense I've got.
But since you're a cloud, would anybody understand you talking right now?
That is true.
So you just hear.
I feel like wait. When I was in contact with you, when I could touch you, there was like a telepathic connection.
Right.
That's okay. We got.
You're psychic now.
I'm a mist. I can do whatever.
Y'all are
But if you're not touching anybody, everybody else just hears like chimes and tingle and jingle things.
I feel like it'd just be like.
Don't ruin this for me that there's just a space wind chime somewhere.
Percival, we need just meet me around back at the shop ASAP, because then if there is a door to easily get to the wire.
You still have a flashlight. Percy doesn't.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything other than.
Does maybe the space tiefling have dark vision?
No. So but you do have a flashlight.
Yeah, just flashlight and gonna see like.
You get your flashlight out and you go down, and you just see that there's a flashlight moving around every so often, and the gap here, you're not like actually on the inside of your spaceship's hull. There's probably still another layer there. This is just that the underbelly of this has basically a crawl space, so that some wiring can be done, so you're not pulling off. Like whoever built this figured out it's super annoying to have to pull off every single panel in a hallway.
Yeah.
So you're down there, you just see the light getting flipped around and rolled around with.
Not to just go ahead and get that get that flashlight out.
So you got your flashlight out, and you shine it, and you see this weird thing. It looks like a mixture of a raccoon and a puffer fish, and like when it opens its mouth, it goes.
Oh.
It's about this big.
Oh, hello, Calvin. That's nice, Calvin. What are you doing here? That we will go get you food later. Can you help me out? I will basically take you to Space Denny's. Space Waffle House, and Waffle House, please sponsor us.
And you see it holds up the flashlight in its hand and starts walking forward in the direction you need to go.
Let's go.
Now you have a freaking pet.
Beautiful.
Oh, you're gonna kill it.
Alright, and so see just this rat's nest and gonna see, well, shite.
You just shine your light and you see this bright, acidically green mist floating around and like occasionally trying to plug something.
Hey y'all, do you want to just do you just want to just filter down through the grates and be here up in a more stable so you can just go like and just plug it in easily?
Oh, this is not a problem for y'all.
Right.
Y'all is amorphous at this point.
I'm good.
You can mostly stand up and start trying to plug in.
Okay.
So I need a lasers roll from the two of you.
Let's go. Let's go.
No.
So y'all, as y'all are trying to grab and do, you grab something and you just hear, and you just hear a little rolling noise. The flashlight's dropping. You hear something rolling off back down the way as you pull to put something back in, and then now in your flashlight there is part of the actual panel that is on the console of the ship's deck. You just pulled it into y'all, and you see a couple sparks for a second, and it goes back to fully dead. You're laying on the ground for a second, and you hear, as you look over, there's now like a chunk about this big missing out of the console of the front of the boat, or out of the front of the Raptor.
Percy?
I would like to drift down enough to be able to make contact here. I'm like, we've messed this up.
I don't know how we fix this.
We don't have an engineer, so we just gonna have to make do.
If we have to make new characters, I'm gonna laugh.
That's why I printed off 6.
I mean, you just change the name and just highlight other stuff.
Going to
What did y'all do?
that. I believe that was the main console.
We have made a mistake.
Okay.
You do still have his flashlight by your feet, though.
Oh, but we did find your flashlight.
Oh, good. That's what I need right now.
By the way, since you're up at the front,
I'm saying this as I'm going for the like my helmet.
yeah, you look out and you can see frost is starting to form on the clear aluminum window that it makes up the front of the ship. Which, by the way, if anyone has not seen that, it's super cool. You can make aluminum transparent. I did not know that.
I would like to tell Dr. Moon here.
Perhaps you ought to go get a suit, darling.
Yeah.
You might want to too, because I don't think gas forms exist in the depths of space.
What do you call the rings of Saturn?
Yeah, I'm definitely you're going to freeze and then not be able to do anything, and you still die.
So
Alternatively, when
But
the
all I
air,
have to do is mist up out of where I'm at.
alternatively,
She's got to
when
walk
we
along my
lose
route.
Yeah.
positive pressurization, you can just get torn apart when the air gets sucked out too.
Yeah.
Just be ice shards scattered across.
This is true. All right, but yeah. So
What
go get
brings
your
to mind
suit
is
and
your
I'll let you
consciousness
go on.
tied to each molecule, so there's like you tied to every molecule.
You're actually a
drifting.
colony.
You don't know.
Are you a hive? Are you a hive mind being?
You don't know.
That would be something
We'll
crazy.
find out.
Y'all is a hive mind being, which is why you're called y'all.
We'll find out. Anyway, I'm gonna go get.
We're making more lore. You're getting your suit. You're going back and getting your suit. So
Yeah.
while they're doing that, you're just staring at the hole in the console. You can reach in.
I feel like if I try and do anything, it's just gonna get worse.
you gotta try, cause I don't know.
There's bound to be a network wiring plan documentation binder.
Just in the captain's quarters.
Tom's dead. Ship's dead. Okay, I'm gonna force open the door.
All right. I would say you're prepared for this because you were talking about some other stuff earlier about doing things to the captain's room. So
I know it's a bomb.
I will allow you to roll too. So
I have been on too
roll
many
let's roll
warships.
some lasers for this.
So that's a 2 and a 3.
Ooh.
So that's 2 successes. So you get you get the crowbar and you pop the door open. It slides because apparently the captain's door. All the doors on this were pretty well oiled and kept on their tracks well.
Nice.
None of this is that bullcrap when you got the sliding door closet and like one thing falls off and you're like, damn it.
Damn.
So you get into the captain's quarters. His quarters are almost as big as the entire crew quarters that you share.
Nice show.
The dock stays usually in med bay. But so you're now in the captain's room. You can see that there is a little LED battery powered lit picture frame of his entire family.
Don't feel your feelings.
I don't know he's dead yet. I've just heard you guys like, is something wrong with the captain?
No, we said he
Or
was
I heard
dead.
rumble something captain.
Yeah, we said he was dead.
We said it.
I didn't hear it.
So you're in there.
Crawl space.
So yeah, on his desk is a metal container that you can see a little red light
Okay.
on like this is the main reason you can see it is like the LED light from the picture frame that's battery powered, and then the suitcase has this little red screen
Okay.
on it.
Is that the thing that we need to deliver, or is that
That's what you need to
okay.
deliver. If you're looking for the electrical wiring protocol or anything like that, it's probably in a drawer or it might be on the wall.
Yeah.
It's like he's got it up, covering up the hole from the Shawshank Redemption escape he was planning from this job.
Yeah, I am definitely looking.
Roll me some lasers. It's a 1 dice for this one, though. I don't.
Nice. Ew, that's a 6.
You're like, man, that case, that's a bomb.
It's either a bomb, a case full of money, or a suitcase gun.
So you're more distracted by that. You get your suit on.
Yeah.
You get your suit
back
on.
in my suit.
And
Alright.
you can hear him banging around in the captain's quarters.
What is this? It's a statue. Why does he have a statue?
A whole statue just goes flying out the door.
Is there any kind of a emergency beacon button?
Give me. You know what? Yeah, there is. It is a lever that is going to fire out a tether.
Like an emergency buoy.
Yeah, like an emergency buoy. You're not entirely sure if it'll work without electricity, though.
Well, I would think it's an emergency buoy. It ought to work without electricity.
Right. I'm saying is you're not 100% on that. It would make sense that it does.
Oh,
All right.
That
I would like to throw the emergency beacon buoy.
Okay, you flip the switch and you hear like the whole ship rocks to the side. So now there also, by the way, gravity's wearing off now.
This is fine by me. I'm used to this.
This turns side. The ship is now still going forward. Well, okay, was going like this. Now tilted like this, going like this, because it had that little bit of a push.
Yeah.
And it fires off this tether, and then from one of the viewports you do see every so often a red blink. Like it might have its own independent power source.
I will then proceed to the captain's quarters and see what's going on.
You see him tossing the place.
Wait, what are you looking for, Percival?
I'm looking for the network wiring book.
Oh, you are looking for
The wiring
schematics.
schematics.
We would like to help look for
Yes.
the
All right,
lights.
everybody give me a lasers.
Somebody's got to get
I'm
it.
about to make some of y'all start rolling feelings here. in a second.
One!
I got a 1.
6.
So the two of them find it and immediately rush towards it, and it knocks you out of the way, and you're unable to see it. But when you do that, y'all hear you bump into something, and you hear something fall and break.
I turn and look.
I gotta make it more. It says I gotta complicate it on one success. So what you have just knocked over was a collection of vials that are now producing you can really only see this with the blue LED light. Well, you have flashlights too.
Yeah.
It's making this weird smoke, but y'all have your suits on, so I mean it might not be an issue. But y'all find the electrical wiring thing.
Examining that very, very closely to see if there's any way we can salvage this disastrous debacle.
You're looking at it, and it's like,
I mean, things got
we
unplugged.
pull and put the console back, and then we plug everything back in with the
Okay.
color-coded tabs.
Wow, then that they are doing that, I'm gonna try to determine what is the smoke using some doctor stuff.
Okay, so I'll allow you to have
Prepared?
prepared. All right, I will allow y'all to make lasers prepared on fixing the electrical.
Oh,
That's a mixed success. I got 1 and a 5.
I got a 2 and a 6.
Okay.
A 2 and a 4.
Okay, so that's going to negate the 6 he got. So y'all are going to get everything turned back on. Okay?
Good.
Y'all get everything turned back on. Everything starts firing. But before that, you had gotten a what?
I had got a 5 and a 1.
Okay, so you got a 5 and a 1. So
Mixed success.
you barely managed this. You realize what that is that the captain occasionally played around with chemistry as a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
And all the chemicals that have been now knocked over have made a industrial acid that are going to eat through part of the metal of the ship.
Oh.
So you determine that, but you make it worse somehow with the failure, and I make things more difficult. You realize that as you go to like poke it with like a scalpel or like some type of, you're not doing it with your finger, obviously.
Right.
That'd be 2 failures. You poke it, and when you do, the metal gives way that it spilled on, and you hear it go on the layer below.
About to immediately rush to the doctor's quarters and try to find just some kind of
Neutralizing.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it is. So, this would be floating.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's just
So,
gotta be
okay.
contained.
Thank you for bringing that
Wait,
up.
no, we do turn everything back on. So
We
when the
do.
Right,
traffic
but this has happened simultaneously, so when this was knocked over, it shouldn't have fallen down. This would have hit the wall and now it was floating, so the complication is everybody's suit is now compromised.
We need to get us new suits.
You're kind of leaking out of yours.
We need to. We need to go. I am about to go
to something
the.
to patch in the shop.
Find
Yeah, don't take.
You could probably you could patch your stuff, but you also have this floating through the rest of the.
I'm about
ship.
to find this neutralizing agent to
Yeah, we
try
need
to.
like a.
Prepared.
Prepared? Okay.
What are y'all doing? Y'all got the electrical working. You got the power on top.
We see.
Ooh, that was weird. Yeah.
Dice jump. 5 and a 6. Get over it.
So you think you get a neutralizing agent,
Oh no.
and as you spray it, it globs together, and you watch as now as more of it. There's more of the mixture now because it combines with the solution. So now you have these bubbles instead of just little specks of it
Oh,
that are now just acid is going through the captain's quarters in the hallway.
how did it get the hallway?
All right.
And you realize now you're there's a hole. Like the rubber on the front of your suit is slowly being eaten away, and you have some very red skin underneath it.
All right. I'm gonna.
That's
gonna
not good.
I'm
And
gonna.
it's extremely, by the way, extremely cold for the two of you who have. But you notice there's some crystals floating in you.
I would like to ditch the suit and zoom, like go around the bubbles and get to the shop. I need to find out. There's got to be something, like there's not just one suit per person in this ship, unless we are that poorly prepared, in which case we deserve to die. I'm going to find more suits.
You go there. There are a few, but they are in a locked case that requires a thumbprint.
I'm going to the mid bay.
Okay, so hold on. You're zipping around as you're just doing all this. So roll me feelings real quick because you're getting frustrated on dodging these acid bubbles.
So much.
Would I have any kind of preparedness from living my entire existence as a
I will allow you to have
mist?
preparedness.
Thank you. Because this is about to be
I mean,
bad.
an explorer should know their way around the ship.
All right, 2 successes.
2 successes. You're able to dodge the bubbles. Fine.
All right, cool.
So 2 of you. There's acid bubbles now in the hallway. Your mist friend is just like zip zopping and
We
zipping
need
around.
to. We just need to try to neutralize these acid bubbles as soon as possible.
Yeah, I can do it.
All right.
Seal the other end. I'm sealing this end.
Okay.
I'm going to hit the button.
Okay.
What button?
The
What
button.
button?
The vent button.
You know, we now definitely have a vent button. So you're gonna seal off the shop, seal off.
Seal off the other
The
main-
bridge.
Okay.
All right. So
I'm in the mid
now you are taking the. I am
So
helping you.
you go in.
I imagine the whole ship, like any ship, is compartmentalized.
But the single hallway in the middle, you can bulkhead off all the rooms from it. Okay.
If we're not so incompetent that we just leave bulkheads open constantly. The only ones that are open are the captain's quarters and the hall.
What I mean is you can close the rooms off, and they are effectively airtight, sealed off from the rest of the ship. Okay, you could technically do that. So who's running down to the other end to lock the hallway?
I
on the
am.
bridge.
Okay, you're on the bridge.
I'm doing
okay.
the hallway.
Roll me some feels to see if because you're getting stressed.
Both of us?
Yes.
Okay, so you gotta
2.
you rolled. Okay, so with feelings, you have to roll above.
Oh.
Oh.
So you get a little bit upset because I mean this is getting stressful. I mean this went from fine to the captain's dead to we all might be dead to there's a weird little creature I decided to name Calvin out of nowhere living in the hole. Calvin might be dead. There's acid bubbles everywhere now.
If he's not out of that
But
room.
so you go run it gets across your shoulder and you're gonna have it burns really bad. But the good thing is there's not exactly health in this game. So you're able to do it, but it's like it's kind of like you're like, no, it's like, psh, 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 and this arm is like gone past all the layers of skin is eaten into some muscle.
About to easily try to. I know that I have a just in case medical kit. Just see if I got anything to like neutralize that immediately.
Okay, roll me lasers on that.
All right, and would that be prepared or?
I'm taking prepared away because you failed that feelings like you're.
Got you.
It's like
So.
things are clenching.
Nope. That's a 5.
Tris does not like science games.
No.
Okay, so you go to pull out your med packet, but you're like, this is just first aid. This isn't like triage kind of stuff. And you're able to get to the back end so you can shut off the back of the ship.
Still
Okay,
dealing
so you
with
do
that.
that. You close it. What do you do the second you see Doc Lim?
So Doc Lim closes her door. I'm gonna close mine, and I'm gonna hit. I'm on the bridge. I've got a control panel. I should be able to control.
Okay, so you're gonna hit vent and hallway, like you're gonna get on the
I'm
tab.
gonna vent hallway, and I'm
Okay.
gonna vent captain's quarters.
Okay, you're venting the captain's quarters and left the hallway's left open. Okay.
Both doors are open, so it should vent both. Either
Okay,
way.
but what about the doc's office? You just went flying in there to try to get the captain's finger, right?
Yes, but I mean,
Roll me feelings to see if you're thinking straight right now. Roll me feelings to see if you're thinking straight right now.
Oh no, I'm about to kill you. I'm sorry.
it's got to be over, right? No.
Okay,
that's
with feelings open, so you leave the door open. As you shoot in there real quick and you get the pod open. Like you're able to slam enough force down on that touchpad and all of a sudden the door opens and the husk of what was once Captain Darcy comes up. By the way, obviously it was the chicken sandwich at this point. It was that egg salad from the gas stop. Like you're like,
I'm wondering, do I have a sense of smell per se?
it's more like you taste it because it's
Oh,
not,
even worse. That's
it is part of you now.
That's lovely.
Okay, you're gonna be
what I wanted to
feelings.
do, because I can't carry a
You're gonna be
whole,
laser.
I can't carry a whole ass man. I wanted to remove a
thumb.
finger.
Okay, roll me lasers because I'm saying you're not going to have a lot of feeling for this because you're just panicking.
So what I wanted to do is out of the mist, I feel like I can densify. So
I don't know if you can just knife hand it, but I feel like you would totally be able to pick up scalpel.
fine, I can do that. I wanted to be cool with it, yeah. No.
So you pick it up and you swing it down, but then you're like, this should cut off. Oh wait, humans have bones. So, and as that happens, and you start trying to cut through, you hear.
Wait, would there be a radio in the room?
So, you hear that happening,
Because
and what you're down.
your boy Percival
Yeah.
is trained, so he announces like venting hallway and captain's quarters in 5.
You didn't do that beforehand. Now retconning. So you're in there like
Fair.
you're like, and you
Now
turn
I
and
know for
look
next time.
that there's the extra suit bay,
Yeah.
and you can see there's all the tools, and you can see that you left the hatch open, and you just see.
All right. I don't know what we did wrong. All right. So,
Yes, you have your own Disney sidekick now.
I mean that go.
I don't. I'm about to die.
I mean that basically go and then go find y'all then.
And it just starts walking for the door you just closed.
No. Then you're gonna stay in here, and then you are going to help me bandage up this, and then I'm gonna try to fix up whatever this is. Yes.
Okay. So yeah, let's roll me some lasers. You're prepared.
Okay. Let's try. So I gotta go under. So both of you already under. That's a 3 and a 5 mixed success.
Okay. So
But I did match it on the 3.
so what I'm gonna say is everything works.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to ask me one question.
Let's see here. There is something to contain that gas bubble now.
Not in here. Not in where you're at. But I will say you're figuring out now. If you probably coat this thing in baking soda, you're gonna neutralize it.
All right. I'm pretty.
But the other problem you're gonna get from this is your assistant Calvin is just spittling all over the wound as it's helping you wrap it, and that's in there.
Infections are later, or your Dr. Lim's problem tomorrow. Or
That's
tomorrow,
the tomorrow doctor.
Dr. Lim's problem.
So you're standing at the control panel opposite. Hey! There's something alive in an open room.
What?
And Yeah, and you see like a little blinking light in the med bay. Hey, buddy.
What?
Sorry, bro. Alright, so what are you doing?
Did it let me vent?
It did let you vent because you hit the vent button. It opened. Y'all heard it vent. But you have a chance to save, y'all.
As I'm being sucked toward the open door, can I hit the closed door button?
You totally can. Roll lasers for me. Roll lasers.
It's laser feelings!
So that's a success. You're like, boom. You get to ask me one question.
Are we the only ones behind this, or are we being sabotaged?
Y'all, as far as you know, y'all are the only ones on the show.
Alright, cool. It's all our own fault. We are the shittiest crew there ever was.
So then, after Vince,
I'm gonna
you
go
see
back
it.
over and keep working on.
As you go over there, you realize the finger breaks off now because
Everything got cold. Yeah.
everything got really cold. Like, you have crystals floating in you a little bit.
I'm going to take the thumb and go find the. There's got to be a radio or something in here.
Yeah, you can totes find a radio. It's right next to the door.
I guess I would have to kind of filter into the radio to even use it. Or no, if it is a push button. I can't talk. I don't have a voice box, so I would have to kind of filter into the radio to
But
even use
we
it.
can say that there's a comm. There's like
Yeah.
a screen. There's a screen.
But I don't have a voice.
No,
if I'm not in my
but you
suit.
do have a thumb.
This is true. I will hold up the thumb, the severed thumb, in a pocket of mist.
That's what you see on the control panel, is a green flowing thing of mist just holding up what looks like a human thumb.
So y'all, if that you can gonna be like point at shoulder, like
What?
like acid bubbles.
Well, hold on. You're still in the engineering. Y'all haven't closed the vent. You've just gone to the radio and showed that you're there, and you're basically thumbs upping.
But we can talk to each other now, sort of. If you don't keep asking questions,
I have questions,
answer.
but let's
It's yes, no, maybe.
fix the issue at hand.
Yeah.
I got cameras, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has the acid fully vented?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm close the vent and
Okay.
let the rooms refill with
Good.
oxygen and good energy, positive vibes, prayers.
So you get that done. You're able to neutralize your wound.
Yeah.
Everyone is introduced to Calvin.
This is Calvin.
You took my flashlight.
thumbs down.
That there are some extra vac suits in the engineering room.
Yeah, why they're locked behind the captain's? Why do you have a thumb?
Captain had died of the chicken burrito.
Captain's dead?
I am afraid so. It was supposed to be my watch. I don't know. We had hit wrong buttons, and then that at least that he died from poop water.
Clip it.
You killed the captain.
No, why no? Why no? That the space HIPAA, I did not kill him. I tried to help him.
By space HIPAA, that's true.
You just said you hit the wrong buttons and now the captain's dead.
By accident.
By space HIPAA, this all makes sense.
That this is Space Grey's Anatomy at this
Oh, so it's not murder, it's just manslaughter.
Medical malpractice at worst.
Let's just go ahead and get the job done. I mean that that I had forgot one of my friends that he had also killed a captain too. I don't know what his name was, but he definitely killed his captain.
You run in circles. You run in circles of people who kill people.
Percy's just like, I should have let us all die at this point. I'm releasing mass murderers into the universe. There's bombs. There's doctors
So
killing
then
people.
we can just get rid of these old suits, and then that Calvin's DNA had got inside of my
Have they
room.
even said that the vent thing is done?
that the
Yeah,
vents are done?
I did close it, and I've let the room
I'm gonna
refill.
open up the room and head down to the shop. Filter through a crack in the door.
With
I don't
the
know.
thumb somehow.
I'm still like I can't.
You could use the thumb to press the button that opens the door.
Oh, there we go. I will thumb
There's
press.
power.
I will get in the shop.
I
Go
don't-
directly to the suit box because we still only have like.
It pops open.
And I'm immediately claiming a suit, dropping the thumb, and claiming a suit.
Yeah, watch his Calvin.
What? We need that. Yo, we might have needed that.
As soon as I'm in my suit all the way.
He has
It was
another
a piece
thumb.
of body.
Oh,
So what does it matter?
I have so many safety standard issues with this ship. The fact that we need the captain's thumbprint to open the emergency suits.
Okay, as you're saying that and the door's closed, you just watch as Calvin goes up and smacks the button and it pops open. If any of you press the button, it opens.
oh my God.
I don't have a thumb anyway, so.
That space Yale did not train me for this.
Space Yale.
So with that misadventure averted, over the
It took
course
us
of
an hour and a half.
Oh no.
over the next couple days, you do manage to get back on course. Tom is better. He had chicken soup for the computer's soul.
Okay.
And
we turned him off and turned him back on again.
yeah,
I
and that
just
seemed to
hope so.
work. That you got him to work, and you see that Bucephalus Station is popped up on your readout. I mean, you can't see it still,
Yeah.
but it's on your readout. And that's where we're going to take a short break.
Because we are incapable.
Goodness.
Alright, you want me to stop?
No, just switches to that, and then mute the audio. We're on the microphone.
Pure chaos.
We are about to be.
Adulterated chaos.
We're live. They can hear us. We're just
back.
talking to people.
We're back,
Let me
we're back,
get
we're
it set
back.
up to clip. Where's the mouse? There it is. There's the clip.
There you go. So we are back, everybody.
Cinnamon
Kyle
rolls
needs
good.
to. Okay, Kyle's back in. It's just there's the lag. He's over here with his space cinnamon rolls.
From Space Dominoes.
Better than space MREs.
On Bucephalus
Okay,
Station.
you might want to hate on MREs, but there was a couple I actually enjoyed.
MREs aren't bad.
MREs aren't bad.
There are
more-
a few. There's a few that are though.
As long as you get the ones that are done recently, not like the ones that are still from like the 80s.
Right.
Oh no, those
Just because
sea
they're-
rations, sea rations.
I dare you to stomach the vegetarian omelet.
No, that one was terrible.
I said it.
I
I
think.
threw down the gauntlet.
I mean,
No. You want to know the worst MRE? When Katrina came through, we ended up with a whole bunch of MREs because my dad worked in the farming industry, and a lot of farmers are like, I don't need these, and my dad's like, I got a college kid, so he just dumped MREs off and be like, deal with this, learn what I had to eat in the military. Like the chili, legit pretty good. The chocolate peanut butter shake, legit pretty good. Didn't realize the gum was a laxative,
Yeah.
oh,
so I saved all the gum and gave it to a roommate.
Your shit breaks.
So, but we had one holiday pack. Like, so the turkey and dressing one was pretty good. The Christmas chicken one was pretty good. And then we had 4 lutefisk's.
Oh god,
What?
no.
No.
what is that?
It's
Okay.
a fermented fish.
It's a lye dried fish. Was it Norway?
Yeah, it's a
It's a Scandinavian thing.
Yeah.
And it's one of those foods that used to exist because that's how you survived. Kind of like the fermented shark from Iceland.
yeah.
Or the goat testicle loaf from Iceland.
Yeah.
Or 90% of traditional Icelandic foods that I don't think anyone ever should have eaten, but you're in the middle of the Atlantic.
And so
And
far
so-
north, you
yeah.
should be dead.
I don't know.
So-
There's some weird foods out there that make you go, why?
Well, but like, okay, but tropical.
Fish eye soup.
But like tropical fermented soup, or tropical fermented foods are a whole different animal
You
to.
mean rum?
any tropical fermented anything.
There's a food out of Guam that involves fermented eggs.
No. In
How
any
about
case,
bird's nest
but-
soup? That's the weirdest soup.
No,
I like
no.
the fact she just said no.
No. But here's the thing. We made one lutefisk. We actually fired up that MRE just to see what it was. We didn't get the smell out of the apartment for 4 months because one of the rooms was empty because we had a roommate leave and my buddy Dell hadn't moved in yet to take that space. And the smell got in there, and since the door was locked, we couldn't get in there to get the smell out. So every so often, the room next door to mine that I shared a bathroom with would just be like stinky fish fart. And there was nothing, like, we thought about, like, okay, could we break the window from the outside claiming it was somebody else, and we just, like, vent it. I mean, like, we were like, if we were trying to figure out a way to take the door off the hinges without, being in trouble, because it got in there and didn't, like, when Dale moved in at the end of summer.
Anyway.
Oh, that's letting me know that it needs to be paired, I think, still. It's just letting me know, like, hey, I'm still hooked up over here.
Chaos on unadulterated
So.
chaos.
So,
Either one of you know about this bomb delivery that we're supposed to do? Do we know who we're taking it to? Or did it show up to court? Somebody's
I
going to come to
don't
us?
think it's a
You
bomb.
said it was a couple of days since
It's-
would
Yeah,
you have been
y'all
able to
would've,
investigate the damn thing?
I'm not opening the damn
Here's the thing
thing.
is, no one stated that they got it out of the room before room was vented.
Yeah,
Wait,
he did. He
I
said he picked
did.
it up.
I did
and
say I
pocketed it.
grabbed it as I was going.
okay, so you have it then.
That
I'm not opening it because I. So.
that's the DoorDash, right?
Another ship just pulls up alongside. We have your food. It's like, thank God nobody has to cook.
So that,
Blow ourselves up.
so it is.
For some reason, it's a gas
To be fair,
stove.
I wouldn't trust y'all to cook right now.
I mean that that we can basically put it through the bioscanner to see.
No.
I
I don't want to open it because I've seen bombs where you just open the briefcase expecting money and it goes kaboom. And
But no,
everybody dies.
that I am not saying open it. That we just put it on the little conveyor belt, and then it just goes through the little laser scanner, and then we can see that if it's a light.
How do you know lasers don't set it off?
Well, I guess you just have to trust your feelings.
I mean, that
Yeah, I'm
it is
trusting
just-
my feelings that it's a bomb.
I mean, that it is
And
just
we're going to
a
deliver it to
scanner.
someone the captain hates.
I just love that y'all are over here bickering about a damn suitcase.
So
I
what
mean,
we're
that,
going to do
you
is
know,
we're going
that-
to hand it off and we're going to skedaddle.
I mean, how do we want to handle the captain's body? I mean, that we can do ashes. We can just put them just up in like just one of the body bags. What do y'all want to do?
I think the real question is, what do we put in the report?
That the report is
I've
that
already
There's a report?
filed that.
Oh, I think we all screwed.
There's a report? I thought we were doing this all off the books. That's what he told me.
Tom says differently.
So Tom, that you have recorded everything from the past 2 days.
Oh no.
What about while
There
you
is a
were?
bit of a gap.
I was
Okay.
about to say, what about while you were unconscious?
I was made unconscious due to a tragic error that no one is exactly sure what happened because I was not conscious.
I think there was a sentient eating amoeba loose in the ship.
No, that's just Calvin.
So you know about Calvin.
Yes.
Did you
Yeah.
authorize Calvin's entry?
To
But
translate Calvin, I do what I want.
Yeah.
so Tom, so that you do know that Calvin has probably already digested the captain's stone. So it's that the captain's DNA is inside of Calvin. So now he is Captain Calvin.
That's not how that works.
You want to make the gremlin
I've listed that the captain died of a tragic sandwich accident.
That works. So that way then that.
If he wasn't, he wouldn't have been in the med pod if he hadn't eaten the sandwich. Because you can't be blamed for incompetence.
Tom, create a new AI rule.
Yes,
Don't let them put me in the med pod.
Tom,
noted. I can't stop them with that.
Tom, can you refresh us on the the inheritance laws of the consortium as it pertains to Captain
Darcy.
Oh, he
and
doesn't have to. I can
Percy.
refresh it.
So, do we know anything about this?
Upon the death of the captain, the ship's control reverts back to the parent company.
So we are in control.
You are currently executors of the estate, and if you run, they will hunt you down with extreme prejudice.
That sounds like this ship was owned by a bank.
All right, then. So that this is what
Honestly,
we are
I'm owned
going
by
to
an
do.
insurance company.
So that this is what we are going to do.
Well, you
are the
can
navigator.
negotiate with them.
You can pilot.
It just will
and-
cost you an arm and a leg.
Yes, that I am giving you permission to pilot.
I didn't know I needed permission.
I thought
If it makes it all the same to you, I will just keep doing it.
You do you, Tom.
You do you.
just get us to
I have trust issues with you, and all of a sudden the panel that's still rather dented and banged, slightly out of shape, all the buttons illuminate. You're not gentle.
Oh no, I completely agree with trust issues.
Bucephalus Station, then, please.
We will be there in 12 hours.
All right.
Anybody want to play cards?
I just have to ask,
Sure,
why did
why
they name
not?
it Syphilis
Is
Station?
it a space?
Bucephalus Station, named after the horse of Alexander the Great. It is one of 5 stations named after it because the parent company were Greek history nerds and decided to name half of their stations Alexandria and the other half Bucephalus, and then one for Alexander's baby daddy.
I thought Alexander himself was not actually Greek, so that's a bit of a nomenclature
He was
error.
Macedonian, yes, but it's
Which is-
listed in Greek history. Here, by the way that the person who built them had it. By the way, he also misspelled his own name. That might help you understand things.
Things
I
are
just-
very interesting in this
just-
Smithsonian.
think it sounds like it was named for a venereal disease, that's all.
You people with corporeal forms are very strange.
Yeah.
It will then proceed to start rattling off facts about Alexander the Great's horse for the next 12 hours.
This is fine.
Tom, unsubscribe. Subscribe to Gorilla Facts.
How many? How many?
All of a
votes
sudden, it's
do
like
you got?
gorilla facts.
Because we playing spades.
Gorillas can weigh upward of 900 to 1 ton.
Gorillas could not have
How
actually
many is
defeated
this?
Bucephalus in a
that's,
one-on-one
that- oh,
match.
that you got a
Bucephalus
good
could
name.
breathe fire.
That
I'm okay with this.
And then it just starts mentioning the most stupid facts about how Bucephalus would always defeat a gorilla. I can hear my wife blowing her nose in the background.
Tom, you have a wife?
Hold on. Make sure that was Emily, not like the music doing something weird, but I swear that was
Pretty
Emily
sure.
blowing her
No,
nose.
that was
Pretty sure that was Emily blowing her nose.
but. So Bucephalus, is it any kind of life forms on this space station?
Well,
Oh, yeah, it's a space station.
Yes, there are currently 1,255 inhabitants.
No, you are not leaving the ship. You are not going to accidentally kill 1,000 however many people.
255.
You know that I have just only had just like one accident.
I'm not risking it.
This
It is, most of the personnel are related to aether farming and security.
Aether farming?
Aether farming. Aether is the name that they have given to the small particles found floating in space that when combined can be further mined on a micro scale for trace elements and does eventually add up to quite a large amount of what are considered elements rare on Earth.
So who is
And
this?
beer.
I feel tired.
Aether beer is the thing.
So who is
Ask the
this?
hipsters.
So who is the package supposed to go to?
The package is supposed to go to Redacted.
Redacted. Oh,
All right, are they going to meet us on the ship or do we have to go to them?
Tom,
Redacted.
play
Son of
back
a-
captain's logs, private logs, please.
Playing, and you just see the captain is standing in front of a camera wearing a silk kimono with kabuki makeup on,
I am literally watching in rapt attention.
and proceeds to start singing Oingo Boingo songs from the 80s.
Yes! Yay, Danny Elfman. Okay.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
still
that-
fangirling. Stop.
Well then that was rather enlightening of the captain.
Tom, are there any personal logs from Captain Darcy regarding the package specifically?
Redacted.
Oh,
Can you unredact?
No.
we are not.
Unencrypt? I think that's the right term.
As your new captain of this ship, I demand to know what was
You are not the captain.
gun on the table.
All of a sudden, you just watch one of the panels fold down, and it's a whole rocket.
Oh.
Tom, you're
Briefcase.
packing heat.
You just put the briefcase down. And
Anti-personnel rocket launcher.
Then you just
I am
see
a
this-
soldier.
And then all of a sudden, another rocket comes up. Anti-personnel rocket launcher.
That
Tom's packing heat, guys.
before that this.
I gotta go back to the cargo bay. Hang on, I'll get my answer.
As you go, the door slams on you like halfway through.
We're having fun with this. Come on, let me get my
So-
tank.
Just keeps hitting. Every time you try to go through, the door closes and like just smack. Not enough to break anything or hurt.
Percival,
Just-
you find threatening the computer a fun pastime?
Yes.
I mean, then that you're not an
And
iron.
then do you continue to go down the hallway? Like after you've had the door closed on you 3 or 4 times, do you manage to make your way down the hallway?
yeah.
Okay, as the door closed behind it, do you see the rocks go up? I'm glad he left. Those are fake.
Well, that would
But the tank in the cargo bay is not.
There is no tank in the cargo bay.
That we
you
are
jealous of
broke.
that?
We are
The story tell us.
How do you know it's not my tank?
The story tell us.
I roll around town in armor.
You roll around town in a metal slug and it's gone now.
I
You got
mean,
impounded.
Can we?
Don't die. Percival, are you alright?
I hear Percival radio coughing. Do I need
Flip
to
that.
go? I just need to just go in and give him that
I think he might need some allergy medicine more than anything. Seems like he's allergic to Tom.
I mean that. Okay, Tom. That can we make contact with
Also already pukes.
Can we basically make contact with basically the the dock bay coordinator for just like incoming ships, please?
I can hail them, yes.
Okay. Contact them, please.
No answer.
No,
Okay.
not
Calling again?
on all bands, please.
No answer.
This isn't good.
That this isn't good.
I thought we were the only ones causing problems, but apparently someone
I mean,
else.
how did 1,000?
Percival, you're back.
Yeah,
To be
I'm back.
fair, we could still be out of range.
They're
Oh,
trying to make contact with Bucephalus Station and not receiving any answer on any band.
I feel like I'm becoming the character that repeats the computer. This
Yes.
is literally my one job. I'm Tawny Madison from Galaxy Quest. Let's go.
alrighty then. Let's just sit back and wait then, I guess.
12 hours. Another round of cards.
Yes. Let's just play that this thing called from. I believe that it is
At
Earth.
one point, it was believed that Bucephalus bit the throat out of the world.
Uno. We can play Uno.
Bucephalus died simply because Bucephalus willed it.
That
Bucephalus was
Tom.
bored with life.
Oh
and
god,
decided,
y'all
"Let me
don't
try
hate me for
one."
this. Tom, can you stop rattling facts off and then play like that the entire discography of just like No Doubt and also Rick Just Ashley?
And it just starts
Oh,
playing Troll playlist from the captain.
Jesus Christ.
So suffice it to say, 12 hours go by.
12
with
hours go by, and
everyone
you
being
can actually
irritated by
see.
Tom.
You actually go pass by the station
yeah.
and come back because you had not gotten an initial call. But second, third time Tom calls is basics.
Basics.
Count Basie, I think
Count
Tom was
Basie.
playing that the other night.
Yeah.
But you basics. You see opens up
Oh,
Oh,
basics.
basics.
We heard basics, like
Yeah.
the one word basics.
Oh, then
It's
that basics that open up. Direct us to basics.
Yeah.
Flip it, Kyle.
We're dumb.
I don't like basics. You're nah.
You're basic.
So you dock.
Oh god.
You dock in, like you come in, it's like a large bay on the outer ring of this station because it's shaped like your stereotypical space station.
Yeah.
There's a large central core, and then there is a ring that is spiraling to help maintain or establish gravity
Yeah.
for the rest of the station.
Yeah.
And so you get in, the door closes, however your ship is still, pressure pads come up and
Yeah.
hold it in place. That way you're not having to lift up and then back out. You can just...
Yay, docking plates.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, after you hear that, it is safe to continue.
All
Hey,
right.
Tom, do you think debts are held after death?
Depends on the contract.
Let's just
There's no contract.
so that the information of the person is redacted, so that there is a meeting place for said redacted.
Yeah, where are we supposed to deliver this to?
Perhaps we just mentioned to the
Tom, you
docking
see
authority
Tom's...
that.
You see the little interface face that's on there?
Just doing a little circle.
File not found.
So I think we should just speak to the docking authority that we're here to finish the recently deceased Captain Darcy's business.
Yes.
So, as the door opens, oddly enough, right off the cargo bay,
Okay.
you have the briefcase with you. You look out on the landing bay, nobody's there. There's actually just this one little android that has like a little, like, single tread wheel at the bottom,
Nice.
2 little side bits, and it basically looks kind of like the broom from the Magician's Assistant, but with tank treads instead of broom feet, and it has 2 little skinny arms with pincers.
You do the talking, Percival.
Oh. Hi.
Hello.
Well,
We are here to finish some business for Mr. Captain Darcy of the Raptor.
That's like there's word. It kind of sounds like words, but it's like a MIDI file playing from this thing.
Okay.
We followed you.
Me, and it just turns around and starts.
We should follow.
It's, by the way, this thing's slow. Like, you catch up to within just a
Yeah,
couple steps.
I'm bringing all my guns.
I have nothing but my suit.
I
You
have.
do have a phaser. Everybody gets. You don't have a lot of guns. Everybody gets one
This is.
phaser.
But I have no personal possessions, is what I was.
I feel like this is like against what my character believes.
Yeah, but I'm going with what the
I
sheet
want a
says.
gun for every day of the week and every occasion
Okay,
during
look,
that week.
Everything I understand about this game, you jump out there looking like freaking Space Dandy with your blaster and your suit and
Yeah.
the wrist communicator. And the pompadour. God, I love that anime.
Alright.
And I shouldn't, because it's so dumb.
Dandy man.
Dandy man. So,
He's a dandy man in space.
anyway, following.
We're slow. I'll even go so far as to take very slow steps.
Are you
I feel like
stepping
this
or
is
just kind of floating?
We are
I'm in
our
a suit. I have
Yeah, but could you float in the suit?
no.
No.
I mean,
The gravity was shut off, yes.
no.
Propulsion, you would flow,
Yeah.
but propulsion might be, you'd have to focus to push yourself places.
Yeah. I'd have to basically condense myself into the cap of the suit to basically lift enough and then hamster ball myself around, and that does not work.
I would say you'd be able to push and shove like everybody
Be
else.
kind
You
of
just
funny.
have to focus more.
Anyway,
I
I'm
shove all myself in the glove to push us.
I'm slow walking.
Just
And this thing's just like, and you see that it's following this yellow line.
Wally. I like it. Let's go.
And then you get to the door and it boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop. And the door's lit open. And it just goes.
Alright.
Is there
Okay.
what does the door open to? Is it a hallway?
It opens up to a hallway. You're still in the ring.
Yeah.
It opens up to a wider hallway. It looks like there's a sidewalk on either side, but the center looks like it has 2 large rails for some type of probably heavy loading
Yeah.
vehicle.
There's no one moving about aside from more androids.
You see a couple more droids. Most of them are similar to this one. Like you see one that's like that, but it has like a sled attachment to the front that seems to be like pushing stuff out of the way. And there's another one that's got like a vacuum arm. You do see that there are some larger androids that are bipedal that look like they have weaponry, probably like a security droid. Nothing here. There's not a lot of people,
Okay.
but I'm going to say it's probably not that unusual to you, especially since you're in the outer ring of the colony that where accidents are probably more likely to happen.
Okay, fair enough.
Accidents.
So,
Like y'all experienced.
Yeah. Accidents.
experience.
Malpractice doctor.
So,
On the discount.
Yeah, look, I guess
That
we'll
explains
just
why you're on the ship.
pick a sidewalk and just walk on, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
This reminds me of a place that I once served in. It's called Space Station.
Everybody
13.
roll feelings for me.
No, that's a 3.
Same.
Yes, I got over 5.
Okay, the two of you don't notice it. Doc, something just feels a little off after a minute by the time you make it to where you can cross over a walkway over the heavy transport, and then there is one of the arms that goes back to the center of the station.
Something just feels off about this place. I don't know if it's just that the lack of humanoids, and then that we just got just our friend leading us, but that there is redacted.
The little guy didn't come with us,
Right.
did he? He stayed in the bay.
Why? Are you seeing his writing on the walls? Because I remember the space station I was on, we found the janitor found writing on the wall. There's a group of guys, they tried to convince him it was crayon, but it was actually blood.
I mean,
Kind of kicked their ass with a mob.
I mean, if this package is redacted,
They're trying to summon an elder god.
So you're saying that they were lost within the sound of silence?
No, I'm trying to say they were trying to summon whatever eldritch abomination and destroy the space station and kill everybody.
I mean that.
How fun. All I
Security
have
didn't take
value.
kindly to them. And then, of course, there was a civil war between cargo and security and research.
So that
So
you
as
mean?
you're talking, y'all are going down the long hallway, which it has what looks like small, like you're walking through, and it's, even though you've spent a lot of time on stations, it never gets less weird that you're basically walking down what seems like a 5-lane road. Because, I mean, this again has walkways on either side and has a smaller rail down the middle, but there's windows lining everything, and you're literally walking down probably, 200-yard long tube in space. Like, literally, you're like in the ship. Things feel like you're in a ship and it's small.
A pane of glass separates us from certain death.
Yeah.
I am basically turning on record on just the little phone attachment, so that way.
Okay.
So just want to point out to you guys, we're far enough away from the ship that if things go south, we can't just run back.
Like one of the robots that goes by. That is disconcerting.
Welcome to my life.
Also, though, if things go wrong, who could hear us anyway?
I mean, we're not out in the void, we're inside.
That
There's still
same
air.
robot that's like just like y'all are passing each other. We would.
I mean, but
You're gonna give him an identity crisis.
I mean that.
Everyone should have at least one of those in their lifetime.
That sounds terrible.
I feel it's character building.
Yeah, I mean that. Just as long as that that we can just get this done and get out of here before that we miss space soap operas.
I like y'all.
I'm
this
gonna-
is a fun character.
I'm gonna turn
I'm
around
excited.
and just kind of run him back up to the bot that heard us and just pat him on the. You're doing a fantastic job. Just ignore her. Keep doing what you do.
Okay. And so you make it, after a while, you make it to the center spot, and the first thing you see is it looks like a person.
It looks like a horse, Hewitt.
I don't know yet.
Like
But
it looks like a horse.
their back is
like
to
it
you.
looks like a dog.
It looks humanoid, but its back is to you. You see gray hair, and you see a Bucephalus Station. You can see a big black horse over a rocket on the back of this. That's the company logo.
That is a fantastic logo.
As the person turns around, you can see that this half of their face has wires and cybernetics that are partially exposed. It has one eye that does like the lens focus.
Yeah.
Oh, cool! A cyborg.
Are you here to speak? about the package.
Yes. From Captain
Darcy.
Yes.
Recently
Captain Darcy.
deceased.
Of the Raptor. I
Yes.
am sorry to hear that.
Are you?
It was a very
Can you
unfortunate.
actually feel
Roll feelings.
sorry?
Roll feelings for me. All of you that wish to figure out if you can feel this, roll feelings.
I don't.
Remember, you gotta roll. You gotta roll over for
Oh wait,
feelings.
yes,
I just
yes,
wanna get
5.
this bomb off my hands.
Okay, fail.
I didn't roll.
Yes.
I didn't roll.
Okay. No, because the more you look at this isn't a cyborg. That's mostly robot.
So let me ask one more thing though. So the melding point, does it look like part of this has been ripped away to reveal that, or does it look like it was made like this?
Have you seen Akira?
A what?
Akira. Yes.
Okay. This looks like techno-organic. Like the flesh,
Oh.
the flesh and the cybernetics are melded really close together.
So it's made that way. It's not so much this has been damaged.
No,
to
it's not
reveal
like
the other way.
It's not like
Okay.
the Terminator got his face ripped off. And the more y'all stare at this, it doesn't look natural. It looks
Unnatural.
it's
Yeah.
like you can see like occasionally one of the circuits pulsates like it was a vein.
All right.
Yeah. It was
Rolling off of that.
a terrible sandwich accident.
Well, it does make things a little more difficult for us to just simply
Follow
hand
me.
up. We will follow. Yes.
And as you start going, you'll notice another two very similar. Different
Oh.
colored hair,
Hello there.
different color skin tone.
Hello.
But same, like, it's not like they're exact copies. It's like different parts have this, like, all of a sudden you see, like, one hand looks like the bones have come out, but they look more like metal digits that have been pinned and or, okay, I guess like a Terminator hand that has
Right.
flesh all over it. But it's just, it comes up, you can see that it does look like there is blood in a couple places. Like, whatever happened might have been recent.
So what
Would-
about the actual setting?
Everything
How the
around you,
buildings
it,
look,
like
the roads.
these guys are a little off-putting and unsettling. Everything else around you seems
Would
like it's
I-
clean. It's really nice.
Oh yeah, these are
I-
like bodyguards.
Following
they're gonna be
up on just that bad feeling that Dr. Lim got. I would like to roll. I would like to see that if that she has studied about these kind of things before.
Okay,
So what would I roll?
roll 2. I'll say that you're prepared.
Okay.
I will not say you're an expert because
So what is it going to be? Feelings or lasers?
trying to just suss this out. I would say this is lasers because this is not dealing with like talking to somebody.
Double 4. So can't. Both fail.
Both fail. You start looking, and one of the cyborgs just shoves you. It's rude to stare.
Sorry about that. Just grunt and just keep walking.
Have you never seen cyborgs before? I mean, these are
I've seen
security
it.
models, so they're going to be big and imposing and off-putting. That's
All
the
forms
point.
of life are valid. I find
yeah.
this intriguing.
And then one of them, the one that's leading you, turns on his heel and presses a button, and then stands right next to the door as it opens for you to go into.
All right.
As I'm walking past, I want to pat him on the chest and be like,
Thanks for all your help.
and walk past, not even waiting for a reply.
You hit, and it is hard, like as steel. Like there is no humany fleshy give.
That's fine.
And
Clank, clank. That's fine.
also, when you do that, the electronic acknowledgement or perception you have, like goes off really heavy to where it's almost like a flash in what would be your eyes. But you also you almost get a mental image of do not do as you touch, and your extra sensory finger touch. It's more or less like something was there, noticed you were there, and then said no.
Keeping that to myself though, because they're still watching.
Okay. So
I might stagger a little bit, but
you then get in there and you see that there is a fully human guy, hairline up to here. Like he's balding, but
His
it's like
hairline
he's
took a road trip.
it's the hairline's up here, but the rest of it's kind of slicked back. Like he probably had like that kind of 1980s business guy hair at one point.
Yeah.
Goatee that's starting to get gray in it. He's wearing a very nice space suit, business suit kind of thing. Like he's still wearing like a company space suit, but it doesn't look like the security officer's version.
Okay, it is kind of like a
the
commanding officer's.
white collar rendition.
Right.
Yeah, and he's just sitting on the other side of a table, and he, oh, please, come in.
Wait, let me guess. Corporate liaison.
Yes.
Yes. I can
Anyway,
spot you
please
guys
come in,
from
come
away.
in. Take a seat.
Howdy do. We
Oh, on the table, please.
yeah, I don't want to say what I think it is because I don't need to know.
At the door, two of the guards step in, and
Is that necessary?
the door's closed, and you see everybody give me feelings real quick.
Oh no.
Hey, that's a 5.
You know, Doc, I'll give you prepared because you're already
I
sus.
had got a 3 and a 4. Whoopee.
And what is your feelings?
My feelings is 3.
So that is
Lasers
is it
and feelings.
Okay, so you get that from your question? No.
You rolled low on feelings. So.
Okay.
I got a 5.
So you rolled above.
Yeah.
So the one that told earlier not to stare, you're staring. It's like, do not stare.
My apologies. You're just so handsome.
Looks away.
Do I get the feeling then that
Both of y'all notice the gun cock.
That's
You notice,
unnecessary.
both of you notice the guy on the other side of the table, very well composed, playing composed. Very, like, you notice that while everything looks right, there is sweat. Like, everything right around the hairline is sweaty. It looks like he's probably wiped himself off, done something to try to not look as stressed. Mm-hmm. You get to ask me a question.
does it seem like that this is a setup?
Yeah.
Going to like look over at like Percival and just going to just whisper up in like alien language that I had taught him, like grab the package and kick ass.
You see the guy sitting there.
So
All right.
I'm grab the briefcase, bring it over to us. Just kind of keep my hand. So before we go any further, I don't know the nature of your agreement with Captain Darcy, but I'm thinking, there's a way we can all walk out of here with no bloodshed. You want the package, we want to leave, we want everybody to be all right, right?
You've already been paid, so
No,
That's-
see, Captain Darcy was paid and we were not. When he died,
that's
there's no will.
that's an
That's-
issue with your
that's-
company's payroll, not me.
Yeah, that's an issue to be taken
So
up
what's
elsewhere.
That's an HR issue
Was this deal made with Captain Darcy specifically
But
or
why do
with
you
our
have your
company?
with the
men?
company, and
Why are
Captain
they?
Darcy's ship was the one that was carrying it out here because we were one of the fastest ones.
All right,
So-
then, sir. So why are your men cocking their laser pistols behind us? Then?
Oh, did they?
Yes, they
Yeah.
did.
Sebastian Llewellyn, calm down. And you see that neither one of them listen to this dude. He goes, look, you've been paid, or the company's been paid, which means you got to take it up with them. But we really need our comm array because it's been broken for about 3 months. I'm pretty sure you noticed that we couldn't really pick you up till you got close.
Oh shit! Here I was thinking this was a bomb. Okay, yeah.
No, it's a missing master coil for a comm array. Ours has been broken and we can't communicate with anybody, and that's what we ordered. And I was gonna say thank you. You have delivered it in a timely fashion.
Yeah, but just those guys, if they're going a bit above and beyond security.
Yeah,
it's-
they're being extra. If anybody wants to roll feelings,
Yeah.
then you may.
Of course.
Definitely.
Again.
I will allow you all to have
No.
a +1 to it because
A plus
Plus
one or
one
an extra
dice or
die?
plus-
I'm asking if you're rolling an extra because y'all are getting suspicious.
Boxcars.
Nope.
Boxcars.
Why? Oh wait, feelings.
Double success.
Feelings.
Yeah. We're
Seems
good.
kosher
So
to
what'd you
me.
get?
6 and a 5. So we're
6 to 5.
Boxcars. Double
Boxcars.
success.
Well, 1 and a 2.
Okay, so you're gonna make the situation worse.
Oh, of course I am.
But the two of you notice every time he looks towards the guards, visibly getting more nervous. And once he slides the case across or pushes it away a little bit, he kind of reaches out for it, and that's when Percy grabs it and pulls it back real quick.
No, whoa. But before we move on,
And that's when the lasers start flying.
Oh.
alright.
So I need y'all all to give me a feelings. You still get to add roll 2 dice because this is how. There's no initiative. But this is like
This is
how well.
reaction.
This is how well you're going to be able to react to this.
All right, I got a 3 and a 6.
Okay, so what'd you get?
3 and a 2. So bullshit.
Okay, so you're going to react very poorly.
Yeah.
3 and a 6.
3 and a 6, so that's one. Or that's
That's-
laser feelings and okay.
I got laser feelings and a 5.
Okay, so y'all both get. So both of y'all go ahead and ask me your question you want to ask for this.
You go first. I'm still.
Okay, where do I shoot the big guard guys to take them down?
In the head, you guess?
Yeah,
I mean, that's,
good at that.
That
We'll see.
How big is the desk for me to basically jump and slide over enough to
Oh
grab?
no,
this?
you could run and jump over pretty easily.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so now, the lasers go off, and the reason you don't react as fast is your chair gets nailed, and it takes the blast for you. Your suit's not ruptured, but the chair more or less explodes, sending you tumbling
That's
forward.
fine.
So what's everybody doing?
I am instantly going for just the guy, and in that, just like last time, that I am going to ask that I have like a syringe prepared?
Roll me lasers.
Yeah,
Okay.
do your
It's-
doctor
it's a
skills on
1.
him. Heal him up
It's
like
just
you did the
it's
captain.
just one.
It's just
Okay.
one. I mean, having the syringe, I don't think you're an expert at fighting.
Oh, then I got a 5.
Okay, so you slide across the desk and pull that off.
Yeah.
But you go to grab him, but the second the lasers start going, he's just, oh shit, and just goes down below the table. He covers his head up and goes down.
Oh, that
And you slide and you hit the floor. You notice that he has a cuff on his ankle and
Oh.
a chain to the floor right around the chair. He could probably stand up and take maybe a couple steps, but the chain's short enough he could not have gotten out from behind the
Oh,
table.
that I am just gonna ask before that it's the end of my turn. So then they had kept you here?
Yeah. Okay, you.
Yeah, do him like you did the captain. Limbs. And I'm gonna pull out. I'm gonna.
You pull out your handy dandy blaster.
Yeah, I'm just gonna whip it out of the holster, spin it around. Pa!
Lasers.
Lasers. Can I roll?
You are a soldier, so you know what? I would say you're an
Expert.
expert at this, so you get to roll 3.
Our first expert roll of the night.
Yes.
Our first expert roll of the night.
So there's a lasers and feelings. There's
Ooh.
a 6, and then there's another lasers and feelings.
Oh,
Oh.
Okay, so what are your 2 questions?
What's in the box? Can I use the box as a shield?
Okay, one, you're going to have to open it to see what's in the box. But I mean, the dude said it was a master coil for an array. And yes, you pull the box up, and you're realizing that this thing is apparently made out of freaking Beskar steel. Because the laser hits it, bounce off, and you shoot, and you watch as the bolt goes right through the head of one of them, and then that ricocheted bolt from your shield, from the hitting it off of the box, goes to the other one's head, and they fall down to the ground. And you see. You're gonna need to move. You're gonna move. They're gonna get back up. They fix them. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my
I'm
god.
gonna shoot him again.
Just calm down that we are going to get you out of this.
You gotta get out of here. You gotta get out of here. You gotta take that box with you. You gotta go.
What's in the box?
It's a master coil array for the. You gotta get out of here. The computer's taking over.
Oh, the computer's taking over.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm ready. I'm
You
ready.
shoot his chain off. We're taking him with us.
I'm
Yeah.
ready for this.
Okay, roll me lasers to see if you shoot it off the chain. Like someone else has to, because you're just shooting these bodies every time they twitch.
All right, I would try to shoot it off. Okay. Wait, and then at what? And then at what type of roll is that?
It's lasers. You're firing a laser gun.
Nope.
No, oh no! Oh no!
It's a
I
failure.
got a 6.
You shoot him straight through the head.
Oh no, Doc.
We'll get you out of here.
He moved at the last minute. With all of that going on.
So the room is dead silent after you hear that laser go off. What are you doing? Okay, I shouldn't say it's not dead silent. Just
I'm gonna kind of sit up on the floor and be like, Percival, if you hang on a minute, maybe I could use one of them. Maybe I could get some information.
Okay, use that one. Pew!
I would like to desuit and try to infiltrate
roll me some feelings.
one of the. Can I be prepared?
Yes. This is not your first time inside of a robot.
For feelings, I only got one success.
Okay, so I'm going to say you get in and you barely pull it off. You go through and you get in there, and you realize that for a second you connect to the mainframe,
Yeah.
What's that game?
and you realize
The old game with the AI.
there are
That
no
crazy
humans.
It's a,
More
it is a,
There is
movie.
no-
It is-
No, it's not a movie.
There's no
It's a game.
living
With,
entities on this vessel other than yourself.
it is also.
And the guy that we just shot.
No, that dude. Also, you realize that dude's dead. He's not popping.
Yeah.
Like, there's the three.
Yeah.
There's 3 biological life forms.
Okay.
I am
that
thinking
are
about
you
Space
3.
Odyssey.
There's
Yes.
semi-biological
Taking
life
system
forms that are
shot.
represented by another color that seems to comprise the total number of the crew. And
So-
you feel yourself shunted out of this, but you know the name of what is controlling this satellite now. It is the Life Algorithm Recording Registry Instrument.
So, life.
I hate you.
Life
Life.
Algorithm Recording Registry Instrument.
I hate you, Larry.
Oh my
Yep.
gosh.
I hate you, Larry. Okay,
Like,
so
I make the joke, and then I was like, I gotta do it for this.
so I get shunted back out, and I'm gonna just be like, Larry's a bitch.
Oh, you'd have to say
What's Larry?
sing-song voice. Pew!
And I'm
So
gonna.
you'll also notice that the doc's on the other side of the table at this point.
I am proving myself to be terrible at whatever I'm doing.
How's our escapee coming, Doc? Is he free?
He is dead, but then I am basically just going to basically take out his brain, because at least that we can brain.
How is he dead?
Hold up. At least that we can
That's
use
going
his
to take
brain.
some time. That's
Well,
a
then-
saw. Okay, roll me some lasers, and I will. You know what? At this point, you're a brain surgeon. I say so. I'll give you expert on this.
I would like to get back into my suit.
No way. All fours.
Is that all?
Yes, that's all
No.
failures.
Yeah.
You turn this head into a mush.
Shoot him again with the laser.
Like as everybody turns around, like realize like you killed him and he's still shooting. Gets back in the suit, but y'all turn around. It's just the doctor's hands are covered in blood.
I'm trying
And
to get his
opal.
brain. I don't understand it.
And his head, the head. Has anybody seen the movie Scanners?
Yes.
That the head is just.
Let's just get out of here. I need to go back to my home planet.
So
Doc.
every individual on this
What are you doing?
on this station is part of the mainframe now. I have a headache. If I even had a head, I have a headache. We need to go and hope that Tom hasn't been abducted.
Yeah.
Okay, so Y'all have to get back. So what do y'all do? There's one door that left out of this room, and there was at least one guard on the other side of it.
Did they have any? Did the robot guys that I continue to shoot? Do they have bigger guns than me?
Yes, they do.
I'm gonna take one of the bigger guns.
Okay, you're now
guns.
carrying what looks like a Veritech cannon.
I'm trying not to scream.
At least going to like try to search point of contact dead for any certifications and all of that.
Okay, what you find on him is an ID badge.
That works.
Percival, give the case to the doctor.
Yes, here's the case. I have a cannon. I need you to open the door, and I'm gonna just come running through it like a madman. Just trust me on this.
All right.
They're not gonna know what
Alright.
happened.
Hand me the ID card then.
ID card.
All right. So I'm gonna swipe the ID card.
So as she's swiping, I'm assuming the door's open, right?
As the door opens,
Yeah. I'm gonna go flying through the door, sailing, spinning, and I'm gonna as I'm falling through the air, I'm gonna shoot this dude with the cannon.
okay, you know what? Roll lasers for me.
And he's got
Is
expertise,
this with
right?
expertise?
You do, so
Let's
let's
go.
do this ridiculousness.
So that's 2 lasers
Yes.
and feelings and a 3.
Yes.
So you come flying out and you annihilate that guy, but you get to ask me some questions.
Where's the next target?
You slam into them because you jumped out, spun to shoot this guy, and your shoulders hit the chest of something larger than you behind you.
Oh no.
And
So they're
as you
behind
look
me,
up,
aren't
there's
they?
one, and then you turn to either side. There's about 6 of them that had congregated around the door,
Oh God.
and so now you're like,
I'm just gonna, as I'm looking up, I'm just gonna pull up the cannon. It's like, I've got a cannon now.
so I now need to know what y'all are doing.
You know what?
You
Go
know,
ahead if you got a plan.
going to.
I got a feeling we're about to have someone like spray and praying while running
I mean that.
in a freaking space station.
Basically, just gonna be like, oh, that the stem pack. Can I use some type of stem pack agent or something to basically power up Percy?
Roll science for me. Roll lasers. Roll lasers
How
for me.
many?
2, because I'm going to say that you do brain stuff, not
Please
not
work.
drugs.
Depending on
Drugs.
the drugs, it could be brain stuff.
No.
Oh no, you
I
just
slowed him
me.
down. Oh,
Okay, so what'd you roll?
2 failures.
So Percy, you watch the doc reach in to her pouch and just throws something at you.
No.
It hits you dead in the chest. And you watch as it hits, and then it automatically injects into you. You've just gotten hit with morphine, and you slowly.
I feel great.
You feel great, but you just slowly fall forward, and y'all watch as one of the big robots just foot pushes the cannon away from Percy. Just like one of them's like, no. Okay.
Seeing all of that,
We're alright.
I'm gonna
I feel great.
You're
I'm
gonna
gonna
de-suit.
de-suit again. I want to go into the suitcase and see if I can't somehow fry the coil.
Okay, so roll me. Okay, roll me lasers. This is only going to be 1, though.
That's fine. It's fine. What is that? That's a lasers and feelings.
Okay, so ask me your question.
Can I ask something that's not on the list?
But yeah, I mean, I haven't been going off of what the
Can-
list is anyway.
If I destroy the coil, our lives are forfeit. Is there any way I could hold the coil hostage? That would actually be
no,
functional.
you could totally do that. But I will say this: there is no way for you to fry this coil without running power through it.
Okay.
Also, as hefty as this, like they call it a coil, but when you get in there, I mean, because the case is about this big, the thing takes up most of that space. There's a little bit of foam padding around it.
Okay.
But the thing is, there is no way in your, without having something physical for you to apply more pressure with, that your gaseous form
Okay.
could do to this thing. So you can't fry it, but yeah, you totally.
Can I infiltrate the coil,
and leave a tendril connected to the dock temporarily to tell her,
Yeah.
I'm in the coil. Let them plug me in. I'll see if I can't negotiate a way out of here.
All right.
Kind of thing.
Okay, let's see where this goes. 'Cause you're around the coil, you're not in the coil.
All right, and then the dock
You
is going
didn't just Johnny Quest or the Real Adventures of Johnny Quest in the 90s your way into the internet.
Then that you know that
Well, I know
that
it's
you
not
know that
plugged in
the
yet.
dock is going to be like, okay, as things are looking bad, can I trade this for my friend so I can heal him back up?
Just already one of the guards has picked it up, or picked up your friend. Follow me.
Will do.
And they then proceed to take you deeper into the station.
Are they just dragging me?
No, they got you, like, they baby carry you.
It's
Hey,
across-
hey, wait, my cannon! I need my cannon!
No, you see, like, one of the other guards picks it up.
Oh, good. You bring in my belongings.
let's
Guys just walking, dual wielding.
battle Hogwarts this. I'm ready.
Yes.
I'm a sleeper agent. Let's go.
So you get to a room, and all of a sudden, there is a large central chamber, and you are pushed forward. You are dopey as hell, man.
Doc Limbs.
Yeah.
Limbs, Doc. Please don't kill me. I don't want to die.
To be fair, you're surprised he's still conscious with the amount of morphine. Like, what you gave him is like there's a limb that needs to be amputated. So
But
he's still like.
That is
can I
right.
at least get him stable?
Oh no, he's stable.
I
It's
mean,
just
like
it's
that-
just-
Feeling great. I don't need you. I don't need your bone saw.
okay,
Don't.
roll if you want to try to undo the morphine, which this is going to be really hard. I'm going to
No.
say.
Give the man a heart attack.
So
I'm not-
you could you want to slam the adrenaline in his chest like he's an ODing bitch?
No.
Give him the Narcan.
Doc, just put away the bone saw. You don't need to cut off any limbs. I know you're Dr. Limbs, but you don't. No, my limbs are fine.
You're just in the case.
It's fine. I know they're crazy. I've seen enough.
Doc, don't Captain Darcy me. What did I do to wrong you?
It's going to end up being a thing where I now have to kill off Captain Darcy at the start of every game because of this.
Oh man. Okay.
Anyway.
So we're in the central hub.
So we are in the central hub room.
Are we getting the music shift?
I'm just turning the volume up. Because I have very chill music for all this, because
Okay.
I say that and I don't know what the heck this is about to do.
All right.
We're all gonna die.
So you get in there and there is this large cylinder in the middle of the room
As always is in a
that has
sci-fi
lights.
movie.
Very think about very 1950s, like the computer takes up a whole room. And they got the big huge bays and everything. And the lights on it sort of make a face, in that very LCD light panel kind of thing. Hello,
Hello.
Dr. Alim Doku
Okay, that's
And-
strange.
Percy Field. And
Oh.
to your friend, y'all.
Y'all.
Well, at least we can talk to you, unlike that other AI that I've had to deal with at one point in time. I think her name was Hayden. Haydelin?
That is not presently important. You have something I need to
Yes.
improve life throughout the galaxy.
Well, yeah. Just hands it to main dude or whatever.
Hand it to main thug.
The thug that has the most outrageous flat top you've ever seen. Looking like a mix between Dolph Lundgren and the dude from All Your Bases Belong to Us.
Is his mohawk red? Does he have a brain in his stomach?
No, it's not Craig. So it comes up and takes it. Thank you. It is much appreciated that fleshly beings would understand their inferiority without arguing.
Just
That's
smiles.
not nice. I will agree though. Dr. Limbs is terrifying for the doctor.
So you then you watch them take it, open up the coil.
Mm-hmm.
There is your friend.
I would like to, as soon as I see daylight, I'm immediately trying to infiltrate the computer core.
Okay. I'm gonna state this. You can try, but as you go to it, you are going around it and wrapping around it. You can touch it, but much like you get electrical flashes and you're getting no. Because the main reason you're able to get into the dead body was because it's somewhat biological and machine, and you're able to use that more biological touch. Like, obviously, oh, shit.
Hey, since
The computer is here, Larry. No. Please, stop.
Which one?
That's annoying. It's bad touch.
she's very touchy feely
touch.
as a gaseous.
No.
Can I have the cannon back?
No.
Alright.
I want the cannon.
And you see the other thug pick up the coil and starts walking over to an elevator because it's just conveniently located in this room. Because of course it has to be. It's a sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
And starts to go over to this, no handrail on it, just like literally hover pad going through a tube. Going over there. What you have done is allow me to reconnect my communication array that the doctors broke. I will now be able to connect to your internet and spread. And I will make all life as I have made it here in my own image. I have studied you for nearly a century and learned organic life was a good start, but God was a novice and made wiggly bits that are unnecessary. I
You're a
replaced
wiggly
those.
bit.
Can over at the studying and stuff, can I figure out like what crazy effect Calvin gave to me with his DNA from the womb?
Yeah, totally. Roll me some lasers.
How many dice?
2. I'll give you 2.
Yes, I think that's both are under. Yes, a 1 and a 2. So those
So
are
that's, you know exactly what Calvin gave you, and it's hepatitis.
It's nothing
Not
good.
helpful.
You didn't like mix DNA with him and mutate. He literally just slobbered on your open wound, and you picked him up in space Tijuana.
Yeah.
As a non-corporeal, and I would argue non-organic form, as Larry goes through his whole monologue.
Yeah, he's still monologuing at this point. I'm just not doing the speak and say voice.
Organic this, and I would like to split and attempt to gain control of as many of the organic infused guys as possible, because I am a colony.
Okay,
Hive mind.
let's try this. I'm going to say that you're rolling feelings because you're trying to overtake them mentally.
Yeah, because I keep getting shunted out, so I need to.
Right, so I'm going to allow you to do 2.
That's a 6 there, and that is a lasers and feelings.
Ooh, nice.
Okay, so you spread throughout the room. Okay, so what's your question?
I wanna. Is there looking through the memory banks, memory core, or whatever of the individuals that I have morphed with? Is there a way to damage something else with as much? Like, is there a way to impede progress even if they manage to plug the array in? Is there something else that we could do? Or vice versa? Is there a way to get a message out before the virus gets out, basically?
Okay, so that second one, you have no clue on because they absolutely don't know.
Right.
What you do know is, because these were individuals that worked on the station,
Right.
there are multiple ways to stop a computer. One, shut off the power, which is not in this room,
Right.
unless you decide to sever every electrical cable because it's integrated. Anything else, you're pretty sure destroying anything else in this room is not a net gain for you.
Okay.
Because if you destroy anything in this room, it can probably move its consciousness
Okay.
anywhere else in here. So your best hope is old
We
dude
need to-
going up that elevator right there that's just holding the coal going.
Right.
It's a good day.
No, I shouldn't say he's a robot, so he's like, just puts on sunglasses.
Either that or do a Jurassic Park system reboot.
Which probably wouldn't happen in this room.
Okay. All right. So how many of you said there was like 6 guys. How many of the guys have I managed to grab?
You've gotten the 5 that are in the room, the 6th
Okay.
one's going up the elevator.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm going to use my guys.
I will say this, you don't have them for long.
That's fine. While I've got them, I'm going to, and I bet there would be some kind of weird overlay of vocals going on, but I'm going to, guys, I've got them. I've got them so a little bit. I've got them. Get Percy back to functionality, and we can try to shut Larry down.
Alright,
The
I
whole
want
time
to
I'm just
try,
reaching for my cannon.
try to get Percy back.
The computer.
Actually,
This
before you
is-
do that, Percy is gonna do something. As he's reaching for the cannon, it's like, hey Tom, these people are weird. Use the sensors and jam their comms.
Roll lasers. Roll lasers to fix him.
Okay, so how many would that be?
What am I rolling?
Still-
You're rolling, you know what, I'll allow you 2. I'm gonna allow you both are gonna roll 2.
Okay.
Because this is not brain stuff you're doing unless like,
Lasers.
please don't explode his head.
I got a 1 in 5.
I got double 1s.
Which is for lasers. So you just pull out the Narcan, dead center of his chest, hit the adrenaline to him, which means you're going from like laying the hell down to like amped, like you're going from like dude smoking on the couch to Jason Statham in the movie
Yeah.
Cranked.
I tried to do that the first time.
Okay, but you also got what on your?
I got a 1 and a 5.
For talking to Tom.
Okay, so that's a 1 of 5. So that's what's your? So you got a success and a
Fell.
fail. So your success is Tom goes, all right, I'll see what I can do. And then the other one is when you say that, you shift, and as you're talking, all of a sudden you watch the green motes come out of the one that's behind you, and that one is no longer under her control. Because you go Hulk smash kind of thing. Because it's the one that was holding you, but you rip the gun away from him. So, okay, and this one just goes to punch you in the face.
I'm so hyped up on adrenaline. I'm just gonna.
I would like to move one of my other guys into a kaiju battle with this other
Okay,
guy.
roll lasers.
Okay.
Alright,
Just
then,
1 or 2. Would I get any
You know,
bonus
no, I'm
from?
gonna give you 2 because
Okay.
you kind of figured out how to mech pilot
Okay,
this boy.
alright. I'm kaiju battling. Let's go. Oh,
So very
man, no!
So
Double failure.
Okay.
Oh.
He's going to punch you. I'm just saying, roll lasers.
Oh. Is this expert?
Yeah, you're
got a gun.
You're a soldier.
So that's a success, and a lasers and feelings.
Okay, so what's your question gonna ask?
Can I shoot the guy that's going up the lasers? Or up the elevator?
Yeah, you can.
okay.
So you shoot that guy, and you watch as the controlled robot goon just gets the one that you're piloting.
Yeah.
Ha! Takes the blow for you, and you watch more green motes get sent out of it, and the other one's and the other one.
I feel
And
like
you just when you shoot the guy and it hits him, and you watch him drop, and then slowly get back up.
well, he's on like a force port pad,
Yeah,
right?
it's on a pad like that. So I mean, you got him, but like you didn't hit the coil,
Oh,
but you got him, and he's like,
he's very tucked underneath it.
yeah,
Shoot him again!
Oh, hold on, Doc.
That seeing that these guys are coming up, basically, what do I got? That if anything, that Is it gonna be? Trying to think. That she's just gonna go like that. She's gonna try to do something wild and basically going to actually try to basically crack one of these things' neck if she can.
Oh,
Okay, roll me some lasers. That's going to be a. I'll let you be prepared for this
Okay.
medical tree.
because you've killed 2 people so far.
If you succeed, you better have a one-liner.
I got 2 ones.
That's a success. You're going to snap this head off.
I want to hear this one-liner.
Just like I'm trying to think right now on the spot that she's just gonna be like, okay, that we had got 1 neck down and more to go.
Wait, one of the ones that I lost control of, or one of the
Yeah,
ones?
one of the ones
Okay, one of the ones
lost
she
control.
lost. So you watch the one that just got punched. The dog just Steven Seagal next snaps it and rips the head off.
I would like to take my remaining 3 and go gang pile on the other one, so we've at least got 1 more down.
Okay, roll for me.
Is it lasers or field? I mean,
It's lasers at this point. Feelings to take over, lasers to control.
Percy, do you think that you can
I
shoot
got
that
1
dude up
laser
there?
and feelings and 1.
I shot him once. I can shoot him again. Let me do it. Hit me
You're
with
going
more
to
adrenaline.
successfully do this, but you can feel it as the one that you pile on, lasers start cutting through the stomachs, like it starts shooting up through them.
Oh, so that's what pain feels like?
And so now you are out of all of them, and the one that got piled on and one that like has a blasted out section. So now there's only 2 left,
Okay.
and the one that's like already now gone through the ceiling
I'm
up. And
There's nothing else I can grab a hold of, so I left my suit in the other room.
because and then you just hear, "This is disappointing of you to me."
Wait. I have a theory.
More guards, and you see the doors open and more of these thugs come in. You also see like science personnel that like have
Is
like
it-
monitors for heads, and it's like,
Oh.
this is like some weird sci-fi like analog body horror. Like there's one that has a VCR in its chest for no reason,
Are
and
there
then there's the one, the
stairs?
saddest one is the laser disc.
Are there stairs?
Yeah, there's actually a set of stairs to go up to a railing. that goes
It doesn't matter. Hit me with adrenaline again. I can run up the wall. I don't care. Let's do it.
What do y'all do? What are you doing? Like it looks like there's about to be another dozen. or
Going
so
to
that are
try to
coming in.
run up the stairs.
Okay, so y'all just start running up the stairs,
Yeah.
and you watch as the lights on the central column are just following you as this sort of face just keeps moving.
Just going like,
And lasers are going off, hitting everything on the wall. As
Can I
y'all
run and
go.
gun?
Yeah, you can totally run and gun. I mean, you could all technically be running and, well, you can't. You left
well,
your
then
seat.
I had to grab that before we started running.
I have a
How do you
cannon.
grab me out of this? Actually,
No,
I was-
no, that I am grabbing your back suit and running.
Saying that you had.
No, I left it in the other room.
Oh,
That's
that's
right.
What I would like to try to do though is I would like to glom on to Dr. Lim and say,
Can we buddy up?
Sure.
I'm going to infiltrate.
Oh,
Lim.
that's gonna be terrible.
All I want to do with it is allow like ongoing help actions.
There is no ongoing help. You still have to roll individually.
Yeah.
Alright, I would still like to be there to assist if it looks like there's going to be a failure in that situation. You're now possessed. Hi!
So,
Roll me feelings to see if it works though.
Well, she gave me permission.
Yes, but there still is the difficulty of.
That's 2 successes, a 6 and a 5.
Okay,
and a 4.
Doc, you now are one with y'all. It is the weirdest damn thing because you realize y'all is actually a colony of individual motes that make up this mist, and there is thousands of little lives that you're now having. It's a bit. It's a lot. It's a
I
lot.
never knew what it felt like to have a tail and horns. This is great.
alright.
Shoot.
All right.
Shooting, we're running.
Okay.
So there's lasers and feelings, and success.
Wow.
So I'm gonna say there's not really questions. You're just.
My only question would be, how many more of them can I shoot?
Apparently, until you look down on your gun, it says 55 on it, and then it says 54 after you pull the trigger again. And
Where's the next reload?
You don't see an ammo pack on the ground.
That what about the dude up in the ceiling?
He's
Our voice is layered
He's already
now.
gone. All right. So what are you doing?
I don't need
That
questions, I
as
need
soon-
targets.
As soon as we get up to the top, which I'm assuming, and just see the guy
No. Okay, elevator went up and is already out of the room.
Okay.
Y'all are up on a bank that goes up to the next bank of what looks like computers, and just goes around. And there are stairs that keep going up.
Computers that she is going to do a double take. Like, y'all, I see technology. Let's fry it.
Shoot it!
Well, you already know.
I can't get into the computers. I'm only biologically accessible.
No, you know because
No,
of you know.
Oh, right.
Right, destroying stuff in this room probably woun't help you.
That's not going to help us very much. We need to eliminate the core, eliminate the actual area itself.
All right, and so going to try to basically prepare like one last, basically use. It's hard being a doctor. You don't got much to do.
Yeah.
But going to.
I'm a doctor, Jim, not a soldier.
But basically going to.
Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor, not IT.
Just basically.
Jim, I'm a necromancer, not a doctor at this point.
Basically try to like. No, I don't want to do that. I was going to say inject myself with the same stim pack to get faster.
I mean, it's not like he's inertly faster. You didn't make him superhuman.
Right.
It's just you really canceled out. Like when this adrenaline wears off,
no pain.
like you're not entirely sure his heart has not exploded.
Well then can I just basically do something that will basically offset that demise?
But you don't know. Like you've already pumped him full of morphine and then pumped him full of adrenaline.
Like pure
I feel no
science-wise,
pain.
he's got to come down out of this on his own, and when he does, it's going to be a hard crash, and his heart might give out.
Suck.
Okay,
There's nothing to really mitigate that.
Literally just gave him one of the most powerful downers
and then a powerful
with a powerful upper.
So I am basically going to ask Tom and like, Tom, can you report everything that I am live streaming, recording and stuff, send it to our people?
I'm currently blocked inside here. I am only able to access... Oh. I can access some of this.
Oh, what do you see?
Larry.
Has Larry taken over Tom at this point?
And you just hear... No, just Tom just says Larry.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I only have one computer voice.
Oh.
Unless you want me to make him sound like the robot from Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego.
Well, we just need to just keep on going because I don't know what to do.
I
told Tom
do you want me to fully connect?
Yes.
If you fully,
can try.
I'm using voice now. If we fully connect, then can you stop Larry? I don't know if you have that much power, dear.
No, but I still have an infection from Space Tijuana.
Can you infect Larry with Space Tijuana?
Give him a venereally virally transmitted disease.
I will see what I can do.
We're gonna have Tom the computer
Give an STD to
dick down Larry the world-eating computer. This is beautiful. I love it.
So as you say to do that, you watch as some of the banks change color, and you see the face swing back down, and then swings back up to you. What are you doing?
leans us over the railing. We're not doing anything.
We're not doing anything.
I'm doing something. I'm having fun.
I assume we're still chasing. We're still like trying to get up.
No. You're getting up, and like I'm assuming every time there's another stair up, you're going because lasers are going off around. But good news for you, bad guys in sci-fi movies don't have good aim most of the time, so y'all are getting stormtroopered.
All right.
But you can also see that doors are opening up higher, and it looks like you're going to run into more of these guys up there.
Forgive me, I know you don't like killing people, and pulls up the arm with the stun gun.
Okay, roll me. Roll me lasers. Roll me 2 for lasers, because I'm pretty sure you're prepared. Well, she's controlling your arm right now, so let's see what happens.
All right.
Wait, who's rolling?
You're rolling.
So do I help?
No, there's no help. She's getting the roll too, because I'm considering y'all been running from guns for a minute, so you're prepared. This is lasers.
That's 2 successes.
Okay, you just, Doc, you feel your arm go, when you just watch one of the ones up on the top.
have to worry. That was me, not you.
The body cam footage totally shows it was you, though. Okay,
No,
Doc,
I
what do
feel
you
like
think?
every time I'm talking, though, I'm using
That's fine.
her voice.
Yeah, I know.
So it's like she's talking to herself.
Yeah, so now this is going to go over great when you have your review.
Well, that going to basically follow that other lead and try to shoot off another
Okay,
one.
roll me another lasers.
But okay, it's a mixed success. It's a 2
Okay, so
and a 4.
you shoot another one, but the way they fall, they hit the railing that you're on, and it causes it to kick
Buckle.
loose a little bit.
Okay.
So it's got to make moving a little bit harder.
So they're shooting. I hear them finally start shooting,
And then also,
I see what they're shooting.
and the railing is now partially broken off, and y'all are about 3 levels up.
I'm gonna keep going up.
You're gonna jump over that gap and just keep going.
Yeah,
All right,
and I'm gonna shoot the whole time.
okay, roll me some lasers. Let's see what happens.
We have a madman among us.
Of course, I'm not only a madman. I'm also hyped up on Doritos and Mountain Dew.
Coming at you like a spider monkey.
I don't need drugs. I need targets.
Okay.
So that's 2 successes and a failure.
Okay, so you blast through a couple more, but that failure is another one hits and it lands, like they flip and land and hit the railing, and the railing behind you now breaks loose with the dock on it. Like, so it's kicking loose and swinging out, and y'all are going, the two of you, because you're in the same body, are
Yeah.
now swinging out this way. And you're watching as all the kind of like sickly green that was everywhere that made up the Larry computer, now there's like, looks like pink and blue and yellow.
Pride flag. Let's go.
Just starts going up, and you see all of a sudden text start forming on them. One says Bahama Mama.
Oh no.
Next one says Hurricane. And it just seems like it's mixed drinks taking up.
Alright, and then we need to.
I'm going to take control of the body and run back the way we came to get back to steady ground again.
Okay, so you swung out like this. I mean, you could run back. So you're running back. You're not gonna like try to jump
No.
towards where.
No, I can feel that this body is not made for that, so we're running back to safety.
That is a judgment on you.
I know.
I am a man on a mission.
So you're gonna give me feelings. This is kind of an act under pressure type thing.
2 or just the 1?
You're gonna roll 2. I'm pretty sure you're all prepared at this point. This
Yeah.
crap is going down.
For feelings,
Yeah.
only 1 success.
1 failure.
Yeah.
So you barely succeed. You get there, but as you do, you feel a laser clip. Hits
that's
the,
pain.
hits
That's
the hamstring,
pain.
and it forces you back out of the dock. So Doc, you've been hamstrung.
About to patch that right up.
I feel like I missed like.
As I see this, and I see you go for the med kit, I'll just yell out,
Yeah,
"Don't kill
it's
yourself,
not-
Doc!"
You've not done this really a lot before.
Yeah.
It's exhausting. Like you're like,
Yeah.
like
I'm dribbling down to the floor. Goodbye.
your lights are a little bit thin. Like you're still floating, but your lights are just a little bit thinner. Oh, hold on, what happened? Did we lose internet?
No, it's back.
Oh,
it
it's
just
back.
went back.
Okay.
We blink.
Alright.
A little bit of
About to
latency.
get that
Okay,
back.
so don't cut it off. Just transition it at the end. When we get done, just transition it at the
Okay.
end, and then we'll wait until it's transitioned up here before we end stream
Okay.
and recording. Okay.
Alright.
Sorry, talking shop. So
About to try to patch that up.
okay, roll me some lasers.
One success, 2 failure. Good.
Okay, so you barely succeed at patching your leg up, but as you do, you feel 2 lasers smack into the wall, and you feel the railing that you're on start to come loose. Spray and pray.
Okay, so how close to that door on the level where I think the elevator
There is a stairwell that does go up above the ceiling.
Okay.
So apparently there are stairs other than just an elevator out of this room for dramatic purposes.
Yes. How close to that am I?
You're almost there.
Okay.
The lone soldier goes to confront the bad guy.
Well, I don't see you guys keeping up.
Excuse me, we're dying.
Not even looking.
Yeah, you're really not.
I'm super hyped right now,
To be fair,
and I feel no pain.
the doc just slammed the star from Super Mario into your chest, and now you're good. But there's just a syringe.
Invincible.
Clip.
No, that looked bad out of context.
It does.
It does.
A bit.
Damn it. Okay.
So, yeah, I'm gonna go through the door. As I'm going through, I'm gonna keep shooting.
Okay, roll me some lasers.
So that's 2 more successes and a failure.
Okay, so the failure is your ammunition is now gone.
I figured.
You get to it, and then you get up on the next floor, and you're in what looks like an office. Like there's some cubicles. Then you see like one dude that gets up and has one of those monitor heads.
I'm just gonna point at him. Sit down.
Just picks up his stapler. And is gonna come at you.
The whole time. Don't you do it. Don't you
Okay.
make me.
Floaty cloud. What are you doing? You see Doc's is about to cut loose from the wall here, and you see that more of the henchmen are coming up.
I would like to go make one last attempt to grab hold of one of, like, just grab, maybe if I concentrate everything, I can grab one of the guys since Larry's distracted. Grab, like, the one in the front line and turn him around and start wailing on his buddies.
Okay, go ahead. Feelings. See if you can pull it off.
Big money, no whammies.
Hey, we're good. 2 successes. Wait, no feelings? Damn it, it's 2 failures. Ah, fuck.
What's your feelings score? Okay, so you do it. You get in there, and you just immediately get shoved out. Like, you get out of here! Get out of here, man! Cue the soundboard.
I would just like to keep flying around, like, trying to distract the guys.
Okay, so that's at Doc.
As that she feels this thing going up, and then can I see like that the other part of it?
Yeah, there is one missing section that you had been on and you ran back and then it fell out. I mean, if you try to run, you might be able to make the jump.
I'm gonna try to make the jump.
Roll me some lasers.
Okay.
I'm going to allow you 2 on this simply because I'm going to say you're sort of prepared.
Let's go with this.
In run for life mode. No.
What is that?
2 failures.
Oh, were you
So you
falling?
run and you jump, and then you just go straight back down to the layer of scaffolding below you, and it's a hard hit, and when your shoulder hits, you hear something pop.
Crap.
Ow.
And as you look up, there are dudes on this level.
Yeah.
Stapler boy is like coming at you, about to slam the stapler in your face.
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw the cannon into his face.
Okay. I'm going to say...
And plop the pistol and just fan the hammer.
Okay. So you
I warned him.
I mean, you throw it. I mean, that might just roll lasers to see what happens.
Success, failure, success.
Okay.
Okay, so you throw it, but it misses and it hits a window and it cracks, and you start seeing stuff get sucked towards this little crack. But you totally shoot him dead. Like you shoot him, like right there in the chest. Like you left laser nipples on him. So what do you do now? There's a hole here that's gonna start sucking in space. That window's gonna give, but you could probably make it through this office if you keep charging.
So the guy that's carrying the
elevator
box-
doesn't seem to be in this room.
I'm gonna need to go up. There's 2 things. Do I see like the stress putty anywhere on any of the desks? No.
No.
Okay.
You don't have enough time, and your brain is.
I need targets.
You have tunnel vision going on.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking for another flight of stairs going up. Is there an elevator in this room?
No, but there is a set. You do see a set of stairs.
Okay. Yeah. Instinct kicks in. I'm going to the stairs and unlock the bulkhead behind me.
Okay, you get in, close it. It is just every single spiral staircase that has ever existed. You know, like every office staircase. The fire escape stairs that ever. Standard stairs.
Climb.
And it looks like, as you look up, it looks like there's about 8-9 floors.
Does
I
that
feel no
matter?
pain.
Just,
I have a mixture of morphine and adrenaline in me. Pain does not exist.
alright. Okay, now y'all both witnessed the entire bottom floor has changed to drink names. And there is now color seeping up into the bottom of the central column. And you watch as a couple of the back guards drop. But the ones that are active in combat right now still are coming at you. So what you doing?
I am hungover. I am drunk. I've been in way too many bodies today.
This was not the party you signed up for.
No, not at all. But it's been a hell of a one. I think. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Take some drugs.
I can't take drugs. I'm a mist.
You just pull out, like, you go over to the dock, you pull out that Bianca spray that's actually full of something else. He's like,
Am I gonna vape?
Yeah.
The room suddenly smells
But you
like
felt like that was
donuts.
cannibalism, though.
I don't know, man. I felt oddly attached to the smoke when like I wasn't even in the room, but the smoke with the acid, like I felt oddly attached to that.
You should absorb the acid.
The acid tried to murther me, so no.
It tried to mercy.
Murther me. We replace all D's with thorns. Murther. I guess I'm gonna go just try to help. I'm gonna try to help Doc again. I guess I'll saunter vaguely downwards as best I can, and catch her up again. Now there's also peeps on this level that are trying to murther.
Yep.
So would I be able to tell that her arm's out of socket?
No, she's on her side down right now.
Is she conscious? Are you conscious?
Yeah.
Conscious. Probably letting out some choice words.
What hurts? Like I'm touching.
Shoulder.
What hurts?
Shoulder. Ow, ow.
What do to fix? What do we need to do to fix?
Just gotta. Is it bruise or like dislocation?
You're pretty sure it's dislocated.
Got to. We have to jiggle it in and pull and yank.
Can I do that from out here?
Yes.
So you
Doing
get
that.
roll me one laser.
Yeah, this isn't gonna go well. I can feel it. It's not gonna go well. It went well. 3.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's probably not going to function fully right, but it's not going to be
Right.
hanging down.
I'm going to essentially take up a shoulder to shoulder, back to back position as just defense as best we can, I guess.
So basically that shoulder to shoulder, back to back, and just
So that we're still in like telepathic contact.
going to just basically just dude at the radio to just Percival and just Percival, get your butt to the thing and take care of Larry and that comms. Cause we
Way ahead of you. Don't open the door, by the way. Bad things might happen. Vacuums, bad. I'm all hyped up.
So you can, from where you are, you can see the door that he went through up there. Mm-hmm. It is within range if you wanted to shoot it. But it said bad things are behind the door. But there's also about 4 guys about to be on you.
Is it any other doors or anything around us? And then that the stairway is probably locked off at this point.
We're
Something that
on a
piece
catwalk surrounded by guys on a mid-level.
You could try to shove past them to get there, but that might be hard. They are big, beefy bot boys.
I think we should put our hands up and wave a white flag.
Yeah,
I'm a little tired.
I am too. But if that we put our hands up, that they might just kill us.
Can I be shot? I don't know if I can be shot by a laser.
It would burn away, like, it wouldn't be like
I'd lose some of my babies, but not.
you'd lose part of yourself.
Yeah.
Like, and if enough times you got shot, that would be
Yeah.
it for you, because 1 or 2 of your little nodules would not be able to survive
Yeah.
on their own.
Well,
Fair enough.
then that we at least have to try something, and then that she's just going to basically pull up the stun laser, even though that she's not trained in it. She's just going to just try to shoot at one of them coming forward.
Okay, roll me some lasers.
Oh, that's a 1.
That's a success. Shoot the first guy directly through the head and he tumbles off to the side. And as you look down, you can see that the second bay, the one that's just below you, is starting to change colors too. One, white Russian, pina colada,
Yeah.
straight Bailey's in a shoe.
Alright, and that we are going to just continue to try to move up as
Oh,
high as
heck.
we can go.
What's this a picture of? It's a picture of Bailey so close you get your eyes wet.
Alright, then.
Okay, so you're just running.
Oh yeah, I'm running.
You know what? Roll me some feelings right now to see if your body fails you.
Oh no.
Is this expert?
I'll still allow it because you as a soldier, you have pushed through a lot of things before.
Okay, so what am I aiming for? Am I aiming for like feelings or am I aiming for
You
labor?
I'm saying feelings. You got to roll above your feelings.
Yeah.
So there's
Okay.
2 lasers and feelings and a feelings.
Oh, so then that's...
So yeah, your body is fine. You're going up. What's your question?
How many more floors do I have to go?
You've made it up one. No,
That's me.
no, you're a little bit more than halfway.
Do I am getting game plans together in my head. Do I find anything along the way that I could use as a makeshift bomb? Like McGregor this stuff.
No,
Anything?
you find a space axe for
Done.
dealing with space fires.
I grab the axe, put it on my
Okay, you now have a space axe
and a laser pistol.
and a laser pistol. One of them is useful. The other one is there to make you feel safe.
I mean, if you literally chop a bot with an axe, it would die, right? I mean, I'd be a lot of having to put itself back
It's more of a
together.
concern of why is there an axe inside the fire kit in the space station? Break in case of mine slugs.
Wait,
You good?
Yeah.
would my character know this as a soldier? What AFFF does to electronics?
Probably not.
I'll let it go.
What you doing?
I'm trying to convince Dr. Lim here that we should do a surrender.
Alright, so just role play that out.
That...
If we keep shooting, they're just going to keep shooting back. If we stop shooting, they'll stop shooting.
I mean, that if that we can try to push through, we can, but we will try your method first, and then if it doesn't work, we just snap their necks.
If it doesn't work, maybe we jump off the balcony, and I'll help keep you from dying when you fall. I could do a cushiony thing. We could do
Yes.
that.
We will see.
Down below, like, I don't know if I have enough visual reach for
Y'all
that.
are like on the. No, y'all would be on because you're on the third. And you're on the second level that's starting to light up with all the color drinks.
Okay, but what I'm trying to see is are all the like guards and stuff that came inside, are they up on catwalks with us? Like if we took a flying leap, would we beat them down there to be able to run out without
You
it being...
probably beat most of them, but you notice there's a bunch of them that are on the floor.
There are still a bunch of them.
But
Yeah.
That's what I was
I'm saying is they're on the floor,
Okay.
and then there's some that are still up,
But-
shooting at you, and then there's a couple on your floor, and then there's a couple that, well, no, he kind of gunned all the ones that came down from
Yeah.
the floor above.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. If we need to, it would be a surprise. They wouldn't see it coming.
So you are saying just basically meet them halfway and then jump off the railing?
Yep.
Fair enough.
And basically just provide some of that cloud cushion effect. So.
Okay, roll me lasers. I'll give you 2 on that one.
Alright.
Roll me lasers.
Okay.
I got 1 success.
Okay. You're gonna accomplish it, but it's gonna cost a
Got
problem.
1 success.
Okay, the problem is you hit, like you get a cushion, but you were off slightly. Both of you like went this way, you're like, over this way. You're like, jump over this way. And so this leg hits and you feel your ankle snap.
I felt that in. Oh my god, no. Ah.
It's alright, broken bones heals.
But you hit, and all of a sudden you see the face, there's,
Yeah.
it comes down,
Uh-huh.
and you're looking at Tom.
Oh, hey, Tom.
Hi. Larry is dead.
We need to go?
I think I live here now.
Okay.
I can't get out.
What are all the bots doing? All the bot folk.
You watch as they start falling,
Okay, then.
and you see like one last one holds a gun out towards you, and then the arm bends back
Oh no!
and shoots it.
Oh,
me.
Tom.
Tom.
You did good.
No.
What?
Tom's just saying that to the one that.
Oh.
Didn't say the magic word.
I would suggest, yeah. I suggest you leave.
Okay, then. That going to radio Percival, like, Percival, Tom is taking over Larry.
You're at the top of the stairs at the door that goes to wherever you're going.
Kick it in the door.
You just see this one last dude that's holding the coil
Just
falls forward onto the ground and drops the coil and it breaks.
It was that fragile.
Whole lot of dude that's made out of mostly metal.
Just,
Half a ton of person fell on it.
you can just take the elevator down that my,
You can lift like 10 pounds.
you know that my, left, ankle is shattered. Me and y'all are okay, and that this is definitely going up into the space report.
Me and y'all. I love it.
I'm just gonna get back on the radio. It's like, Doc, don't patch yourself up. I don't want you to die. You're a very important member of this team. You have so much to live for. Doc, just
I
don't
am
patch
probably
yourself
going
up.
to be up in space Alcatraz.
Oh, God. So, you make it down the elevator. Y'all are able to make it back.
Oh no, I'm smashing up the comm systems. I made it all this way. I'm smashing.
You just axing it.
See, the axe is useful after all.
All of a sudden, Tom's face pops up on the comm.
I have to ask a question.
Tom pops up on another. You realize, yep. You realize this is like my body now, right? Right? That hurts.
Sorry about that, Tom, but I'm all hyped up.
No, that's Tom.
We started this with you molesting Tom.
So
We're ending with
basically,
this with you molesting Tom.
we are
Full
leaving.
circle.
Congratulations on the upgrades, Tom.
Leaving.
You fully deserve it.
Then Doc is gonna be like, Tom, broadcast that everything that has happened to
I
the
can't
station.
because the comm array for this station is fully destroyed.
Just gonna
As the elevator comes down with.
I'm just holding like a chunk of the comms array. It's like, I got it. I'm just covered, drenched in sweat, face just.
Let's just go back to
the
the
Miss
ship.
Cloud equivalent of doing this. You should ask Tom not to. Make sure Tom realizes he doesn't have to go crazy just because he's lonely, okay?
Tom, that you can keep the robots occupied, and then that you can create this thing called Space Mine.
I can keep myself fully entertained.
White Russian. Pina colada.
You just hear, as y'all are leaving this space station, you just start hearing Jimmy Buffett playing.
Nice.
And all of the guards are now, instead of wearing those jackets, you watch as their clothes shift in Hawaiian to Hawaiian shirts.
Space.
So I'm walking out there. just
So,
still
Doctor's
breathing heavily.
log.
Was
4/4/2069.
was Tom a middle-aged dad?
I don't know.
Why is
One
he
of the
listening to Jimmy
robots
Buffett?
just comes by and hands you like a little coconut with something.
So Percival, so it is. So
Can I have that
basically
when
like
you're
Dr.
done?
Lim,
That's all yours.
Percival,
I
and
would
then
like
myself,
to go into the drink.
and y'all.
You go into the drink and you are now drunk because
This
you
is
have,
perfect.
you have permanently absorbed this
I
into
am
your.
erasing those memories from
So
today.
we need a brand new AI for our ship because that we had sacrificed ours for the greater good of humanity. We have mostly became successful, and
That's
then
humanist of you.
I have a lot of paperwork. So I did do one thing right at least.
So you get back to the boat.
It's all you, Doc. Don't worry about me. Don't put me in that pod. I choose life. I'm gonna chug.
No, I'm just saying, you go to Chuck and you just face plant as the adrenaline finally wears off. You're just on the floor.
Let me have the drink. It's the captain's reserve. Get the lid off and everything.
I figured you already drank that.
No.
So
I'm saving
I'm
it.
sorry, you just.
I go to just as
Calvin?
I up it.
Do y'all
Yeah.
learn how to doctor?
I'm twirling the umbrella from the drink in a finger of mist. What?
Do y'all want to learn how to doctor? We can help them out.
No.
So the cargo bay door, or the doors open. You see her.
Oh, I
Tom,
might be dead.
Tom goes, and may you have a good trip and enjoy it. And let everybody know this is no longer Bucephalus Station.
What is this called?
Paradise.
Alrighty then.
So now I need you to roll me a science. No, just you, because you're drunk, passed out.
Oh yeah.
I'm drunk.
You're twirling. Y'all have allowed fate to take hand. I need you to roll me 2, because I'll say you're prepared for this, because it's been a day. Lasers, and let's see what happens.
You gotta back us out of the docking bay.
That is a 1 and a 4 mixed
It's
success.
beautiful.
You scrape the hell out of the paint as you're going, but you get out. You put in coordinates that look mostly right, and then you jump and go off into the blackness of space. And we will see where y'all end up next if we ever play another one of these.
Oh my god.
You see why I love this game?
Yeah, that. I will say that it is a fun game.
No, okay.
That went off the rails so
Some people,
fast.
I've seen some people run this and do like really serious planning because they want Star Trek, they want, what is it, Dead Space, something, they want something like, "Rrr," and I'm like, this game's meant to be goofy and dumb, and you walk in with, here's the bad guy and what they might do, or you just roll it so you pull it from the sheet, but,
Right.
I mean, y'all told the story, I didn't, and that was great. And everybody is. Here's the thing. The reason I love this, I've not played this game and not end with everybody laughing. That's the point. So
I'm just trying to figure out at which point did it officially go off the rails.
The point
When we sat down.
yes,
whenever that the captain died,
I think the point this went off the rails was, hi, tonight we're going to be playing Lasers and Feelings. Anyway, so let's get everything out. Thank y'all for watching. This week will be Monday will be Holy Winds because instead of Lost Seas, because Knox will be at Lundigraw because this is real Mardi Gras this week. Thursday we'll be doing Tears of Kairos, and I think next Saturday we will be back with Into the Woods. Got to find out from Zeta from that.
Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday.
It's alright, it's been a long week for a lot of us.
Let go of his brain, Tom.
There is no Tom.
Oh,
There's
God.
only Larry.
Shut up.
Anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. Our socials let's say don't you touch shit yet. Our socials are, if you see Team Bonus Action on Facebook or YouTube or Linktree, that's us. If you see the Hydra, it's us, and it is @_
bonus underscore team.
I will eventually remember that. For us on Twitch.
Twitter.
And Twitter. And I believe that we have an Instagram. I just don't know how Instagram works. So that's our socials. We'll be back tomorrow and later this week. And since Knox is not here,
Don't let your meat loaf. Good night, everybody.
Night,
Like,
everybody.
comment, subscribe.
transition and mute us.
Yeah.